Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back. How is everybody doing today? It is Friday. We are very ready for the weekend. Yeah, how's it going? We're doing okay here. The temperature is reasonable. It's not too hot, not too cold. Big fan of that. And the laptop, well, I say everything's reasonably temperatured. The laptop's pretty warm. It's not the warmest it's been, so that's quite good. So hopefully we will have a fully functioning stream today, which will be lovely. After last stream, hello Zeta, hello. Hello, oh thank you, Raven, welcome. Thank you. I am also very much in love with this shirt. We saw it in, I think it was in TK Maxx, as just like a random, as is that place. Always little random finds. So yeah, it's really fun. I'm really loving like the leafy. Apparently, my summer aesthetic is leafy short sleeve shirts. That seems to be the thing, with like occasionally little like astro starry themed things. Oh, we have a boy. We have a boy. Are we gonna get a boy? I don't know if we direct this. We have a boy behind the setup. Let's have a look. Oh, what a sweet boy. Who's the sweet boy? Hello. Oh, he's so handsome. Yes. Oh, you're coming over here. Okay, where are we going, buddy? The boy, a cutie. Yeah, he's a poorly cutie. So we have disabled treat Caesars for the day because yeah, he's been a bit of a poorly boy. He's got issues with his skin at the moment. It's been a bit. Yeah, it's not having a good time. Bless him. But he's still 10 out of 10 adorable. Aren't you, bud? He's just like just off here. So yeah, he's been a poorly boy, so we don't have treats for the boy at the moment. But yeah, just lots of little trips to the vet to be like, hello. He's poorly, he's a poorly boy. Yes. But he is still very majestic. Oh, look at you. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Oh, what a handsome boy. Yes. It's nice to know that you will still talk to us after taking him to the vet so many times. Yes. Oh, so majestic. He's a good boy. So yeah, how is everybody else doing today? The plan for today is to do something a little bit different. We're going to be doing, oops, which way are we going, bud? Not on the laptop, not on the laptop. Back it up, there we go, good boy. Right, this is the stream now. Yeah, it's just petting Caesar. Just petting Caesar, yeah. Oh, he's also, if we have a little bit of wiggle on the camera, he's just rubbing his face against the corner of the laptop as well. So yeah, hopefully, our plan for today is to do a little bit of sculpting of Thranduil's brooches. So here's a very fabulous character. Oh, that stopped working. Fabulous. Where's that gone? Let's have a look. Can I get this back? Am I allowed this back? OBS at all? Can I show the people the things? Oh, there we go. Oh, there's the things. Okay, there we go. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of sculpting. We're going to do Thranduil's brooch, and we're also, maybe if we have time, going to have a go at doing the rings. So yeah, these are what we're going to be working on, making something like that. That is the goal, and I'm trying to work out actually. So I thought on the original it was more of a, oh hold on, I can't scroll that. So yeah, I was thinking originally it was going to be more of like a kind of diamond shape, I guess, maybe. Oh yeah, so I thought it was more like that. So we might have to do a little bit of cross-referencing, but I'm pretty sure it's more of a diamond shape, which is fine. But basically our plan is at some point to 3D print some kind of diamond-ish shape. So, and then I can use it for both the ring and for the brooch itself. So that's the plan. That's what we're aiming for. I'm now like second guessing what is the correct shape. I'm pretty sure it is a diamond though. Let's have a little shifty again at that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a diamond shape. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be sculpting. Well, we're going to be sculpting the silvery bits rather than the diamond shape. So yeah, that's the plan. And we've got a little bit of scrap warbler, and we've got some, yeah, we've got a little heat gun ready to go. We've got some water, we've got some sculpting tools, we've got the giant tankard. Oh, we also have a fully printed Thranduil sword. which is pretty exciting. It looks, oh, Caesar's very intrigued. So yeah, we've got all the pieces printed now for Thranduil's sword, which is also very exciting. So lots of bits and pieces all coming together. So yeah, the robe is still in the background. You can see it's still, there we go, there, still unfinished. But that's okay, because at the moment the new fabric that we got for the lining is actually, it's just been pre-washed. I've been very good. I've actually pre-washed my fabrics. Please be proud of me. We've come such a long way from the old days starting out with cosplay and just being like, it's fine. It doesn't need to be pre-washed. What do you mean? So yes, we've actually pre-washed the lining fabric, so it's not going to stretch or do any strange things if we ever wash the robe. So yeah, that's currently drying. So tomorrow we will return with sleeves and maybe a collar. We'll see. So in the meantime, while that's drying, and we've kind of reached a bit of an impasse on the sleeves, I thought it'd be fun to do some sculpting. So that's where we're at. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to try and get up a decent-ish reference of the thing and just do a quick like hand sketch of it, I think. I feel like that is the way forward. Of just like the kind of the general shapes. And try to figure out what layers we've got in here. There we go. Oh, that's brilliant. There we go. That looks pretty official. And this is okay. So it is. That looks very official. Okay, this is what we're going to run with as our reference point. Can I zoom in any more on that? Yes, we can. Haha. Magical. Cool. So yeah, we've also got some nice references for the rings as well. Fabulous. Right. So what have we got? What I might do, I might switch you over. Might switch you over to this camera so you can see what's going on. But I might just bring up on my over here this so we can get a bit more of a feel for it. So in terms of scale, gotta love that behind the scenes documentation on the films. Yeah, like having that behind the scenes stuff. I mean, well, actually, can we have a quick read? How do we switch? Oh no, that's not what we wanted. Hold on. Can we get back into OBS? Okay, we are on the right page. Fabulous. So yeah, lots of interesting stones in his jewelry. We used everything from agate to onyx. Lots of amethyst. Where are they hiding all of this amethyst? Introducing some purple to his palette. Created a number of his pieces. Twiggy Look was her work and was very appropriate. It was a little bit wild and scary, but still very beautiful. I mean, it is stunning. We're making things separately for each character, but they have to combine the work on a single person. Oh, there we go. There was a stable garment worn under the costume to provide the structure that everything hung, so it sat perfectly. Had a sword that on screen seemed to just hang there perfectly on his costume in that magical elvish way without dragging awkwardly. In fact, it was a vest worn under his costume that was holding it and distributing the weight in the most comfortable way for him to wear. Huh. This is fascinating. Sorry, I'm just getting deep into the lore of this costume. Process with hair and makeup, yeah. In the back of the crown, allowing it to attach to the wig. Ah, okay. Lightweight jewelry with urethane with a wire internal frame that permits to bend to fit that. So actually, I mean, okay, we've not used anything as fancy as urethane for the crown, but having the wires on the inside to make it like bend and fit, it's pretty close to what we've done. I'm also noticing that the tips of the crown are a lot whiter than I thought, so we might maybe update a little bit of the crown, maybe a little bit, just a smidge. But no, otherwise we're pretty close actually. Right, that's enough of that. Let's get you back to here so we can see what's going on. But yes, the behind the scenes documentation is kind of everything. So I think that must be the book. When I saw somebody saying references to like the design of the robe, this must be from this book. And it's kind of amazing that they kind of just made this straight up out of silver and everything. Right, so in the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this. Also, if I do go off screen, because I've currently got my my usual setup, I can't see what's on the screen. So if I do go wildly off screen, do just give me a quick shout and I will adjust my position accordingly. Because at the moment I've just got a screen full of brooches. So we've got the central piece. So I really want to kind of map this out. Oh no, does this pen stop working? I want to map out how it kind of looks initially, just to make sure that I've got the right kind of size for it as well. So there's like this little bit going down here, which then kind of snakes up and around. I should probably do this in pencil so I can adjust it if I need to, but I'm sure this is fine, right? And that kind of goes on both sides, and then you've got another bit that kind of loops a little bit around there, and that kind of goes... Oh, okay, so that, I think, must branch off of there. So, to be fair, I don't think we're aiming for, like, complete screen accuracy, but it's kind of nice to get it reasonably accurate, I think. I think if we just made a nest of, a good nest of wires and things, it would probably be fine. Also, I'm just going to ever so slightly turn my music down because it feels a little loud. Wondering why it wasn't in pencil. I think the primary reason it's not in pencil is, we do technically have a pencil, but we don't have a sharpener. And it's a little blunt. But yeah, probably you're quite correct, Zeta. It should really be in pencil, right? And then that kind of loops up and then back down, like so. And then that has like a little branch at the end. Yeah, basically, I think what we're going to end up doing is just making like lots of like long things. Oh, did I remember to turn on captions? No, but I also don't trust myself to turn on captions either. Let's have a quick gander. Let's grab ourselves some captions. Yeah, so we did have a grand old time struggling with the laptop just before starting streaming, whereby the laptop just was like, no. it just stopped. I was like, okay, cool. And then restarted itself. And yeah, that was that. So restarted it once, and then like the bar at the bottom of the screen that has all your icons of like what you're doing, what you're working on. Yeah, that didn't work. It was just nope, I'm not here. So yeah, we did have to restart a couple of times, but we've made it. We've made it now. Right. So that kind of goes up and out a little bit like that, and then we get another bit that kind of loops in there, and then that kind of goes over there. So yeah, I'm not going to be super precise with this because it's more the kind of general feel, the general shape. And then we've got some further back pieces that kind of... I'm surprised there's not actually more... Okay, there's a little bit of a loop down here, but I'm surprised there's not like more stuff down this end. It's very strange. And then there are some bits that kind of like hook over where a gem would be. So yeah, no, I'm wondering if maybe it would be better, rather than like resin casting a jewel ourselves, maybe we do a cheeky purchase of some kind of fake, very plasticky gem to fill in. With just a little bit of speed, right? So that kind of loops quite close to there. And then there's like a little bit that kind of goes... I quite like the way that it references the kind of antlers of... I can't remember what his official steed is called. But it does have quite an excellent name. Or I still love the backstory of, like, in the film. It's a horse called Moose playing an elk, which I kind of love. But I like that it kind of references that. Ash, hello! Waves from a lurk. Hello, how's it going? I appreciate if you do need to lurk. Don't feel pressured to say lots. But hello, Ash. I hope you're having a lovely Friday. I hope you're ready for a good weekend. Right, and there's a little bit that kind of loops over there. So I think what I've done is, the mistake that I've made is that I've made the gem absolutely massive, and I've made the rest of it really small, which I also doubly appreciate. You can't really see. There we go. It's slightly better if we move that there. So yeah, what I've done is I've made the gem way too big, and everything else too small. But that's okay, because we kind of have a bit more of a baseline now. So I think if we aim to make the gem maybe like an inch. So we're just trying to make it a bit more proportional, I think is the goal. If we move that way, is that better? If we move that up. I'm trying the best place to pop yours so you can actually see what's going on. That feels reasonable. So yeah, about an inch worth of gem. So I think the other one is just a little bit bigger than that, and I think everything else kind of vaguely in proportion. So we're gonna draw it once more, and then I think we're gonna roll with it. So how wide do we want these? So we want it at least another gem's worth out, maybe a gem and a half. That's half a gem. That's a full gem, maybe a bit longer. Which is not far off what we did for the previous one. Oh, it might be okay, actually. It might be okay. Right, I am going to draw it once more just for kind of doubly familiarising myself with what on earth is going on. Because there's a lot. There is quite a lot going on. And that kind of extends there. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of up and over. And then that's kind of a low level. Kind of pops in and out there. And that kind of goes up to about halfway. I always find it funny when I say things like, oh, I'm not being super accurate with it, and then I'm like, no, we must make it as close as possible. I think I might have gone too far though. So I couldn't find the name of the elk, but what I did find was Thranduil in the animated Hobbit. Would you care to see? Absolutely, I would love to see. Because I just have a feeling it's just going to be cursed. Wait, I think I might have seen this actually. I just have a feeling it's going to be cursed. I just haven't figured out what particular brand of cursed it's going to be. That kind of comes up here, and then we've kind of got... And where does that go? That kind of goes up there. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Hold on, I don't want to do that. Let's have a gander. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's a little bit cursed. It looks a lot more... You know what? It looks a lot more kind of like... I want to say goblin-y, but it's more, I think, in line with kind of old stories of kind of like elves and fairies and things, if that makes sense, where they are kind of like these little mischievous almost beings. Like, oh, I think like old folklore kind of elves, kind of pre-Tolkien elves. But they are a little bit more, I don't know, less beautiful, I guess, or less elegant. I can't quite phrase it. But yeah, it is very that. It's kind of like traditional fairy tales, which I guess is probably maybe kind of more what Tolkien was inspired by originally, maybe. Right, that comes up there. That, yeah, okay, this feels a little bit more proportional. I think some of the shapes are still maybe a little bit off, but that's okay. So in the film, it was to contradict with the elves like Elrond, who have that more human appearance, yeah. Because we've got these Mirkwood elves, completely, well, maybe not completely different, but certainly significantly different. That kind of makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Right, and then that kind of goes a ways up and back that way. Yeah, I am kind of a little bit in love with the fact that they have this beautiful, beautiful behind the scenes book. It's helping out so much. Cosplayer's dream. Right, this feels a lot more proportional. This gives us something that I think we can work with. Is that right? Is that right? Oh, that's not quite right. We need that to go a little bit more there, I think. And that can come a little bit more. Cool. I think we have something that we can work with. It may go through a couple of stages of evolution as we actually get to sculpting. But I think on the whole, we have something that we can kind of work with. Oh, and then there's kind of a couple of layers of stuff behind there, and there's a bit of, and the brooch line is kind of up there. So yeah, that kind of makes some kind of sense to me. Right, I think what we can do, we can close that for a moment. We're going to cut this out, and what I might do is actually trace around in pen for a kind of more final-ish design. And then you can actually see what's going on as well. Oh, okay, now we're going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back because I know there's some bits that are over and under. So there's a little bit that kind of goes over the gem there. And there's a little bit more that kind of pokes around there. And then that goes over there. Well, that goes behind, and then that goes behind that again. That could go. That feels like that goes over there. So I'm just trying to work out what goes over and under each thing respectively, which will give us a bit more of a guide also. Ooh. That pokes out under there. I think the nice thing about it, because it's super organic, we don't have to be too precise about it. So yeah, that goes there. There's a bit of a gap. That goes under. That continues up and over. Yeah, we're just familiarising ourselves with the shapes that we want to make. There's a little bit of a straight line to it. A little straight line there, and then that goes behind. Maybe we'll do a little bit of colour coding as well. We don't completely lose sight of what's supposed to go where. Feels like that goes behind there. And we have these ones. That's quite the curved shape. That gives me the most of the antler vibe. So yeah. Well, what is everybody up to today? Anyways, I've just been musing away on this brooch. Well, what is everybody else up to today? We got any crafty projects on? Any exciting plans for the weekend? All of that good stuff. I mean, we'll be back tomorrow with some more streaming, to be fair, which is very exciting. I'm very excited for quite potentially finishing the robe. Right, I feel like that's it. Do I have any coloured pens? Do I have any handy coloured pens? Is the more accurate question. We have a couple. We can do a little bit of colour coding. Not a lot, but we can do a little bit. Yeah, this is our base layer. So we've got one that goes under there. We've got, there's a little bit that goes under here as well. Have you made more progress? It's going to... how did the PhD go? Yes, I have done a little bit of progress this week on the PhD. I did a little bit more on the introduction chapter, which I'm very happy about. So we're about 2/3 of the way through that chapter now, which is very exciting. I was going to go to the shops and then paint my new warhands. Yes, Zeta got some new warhands. But for now, my lap has been commandeered. Oh, have you been blessed by the boy? Again? Making good progress on the sounds of it. Good. Yeah, we're getting there. But yes, I do need to be held accountable to keep doing more progress. So yeah, I'm hoping maybe this evening, I think in an ideal world, this evening I would do a little bit more on that chapter. Potentially even finish the edits. I'll happily ask you for updates. Oh, we got a hydrate. Thank you so much for the hydrate, Ash. What are you doing now anyway with the papers? So what we're doing, we are currently, is that displaying? It is displaying. You have the question. It's a glorious tankard. It's like as, maybe not quite as big as my head, but it's not far off. It's pretty weighty. It was possibly one of the best Secret Santa gifts that I've ever gotten, and I love it a lot. It's a lot of fun. At the moment, with the paper, what we're attempting to do is map out how we're going to sculpt the brooch. That goes over that. And that goes over the back. So yeah, I'm just kind of mapping out roughly what pieces kind of go where. So then we can do a bit of sculpting, which should be quite exciting. So we've got some warbler. Brooch is the thing for clipping the neck together. Yes, clipping a cloak. So in the reference picture, it's not as visible as I would like. But if I go back to this one. So yes, Thranduil has lots of bits and pieces of bling because he's of course very fabulous. So you can just about make out the brooch kind of at the neckline, and then he's also got these kind of rings. And all these kind of decorative little bits and pieces. We have the sword printed, which is very exciting. So we can actually start assembling that in the near future too. So yeah, it's all kind of lots of little bits and pieces, all kind of coming together, which is, I think it's kind of my favourite bit of a cosplay when we're kind of nearly done with a bunch of things. So yeah, we're hoping to get the robe done this weekend because we've been washing. I've been very, very good. I pre-washed my fabrics. So that, actually I might do, we have a craft knife. We do have a craft knife. I don't remember if this is a blunt one or not, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, we're going to hopefully finish the robe this weekend because I've pre-washed some fabric so we can finish off the sleeves tomorrow, and then I think I will probably try and figure out the collar over Sunday. I think that's the plan. And then next week's streams will be probably a bit more of this stuff, so we might paint the brooch, might attach a gem, and then Friday. We might not have a stream on Friday next week actually, because we'll be at the thing. We'll be maybe not wearing the cosplay, but we'll be definitely on our way to the thing to wear this cosplay. So yeah. I'm noticing something else. Oh, it's gone. Come back. Do I just need to maximize it? Is that what I need to do? Do we have web? We do have web. Fabulous. There was something I was going to look. I can't remember what I was going to look at. No, take me back. There was a really good page. It was the best page. Oh, none of these are quite the same. Oh no, we've lost it. That's it. It's gone. Gone forever. Our beautiful reference page. I should have saved it while I still had it. Well, we tried. That feels like a good happy medium. It's not really. It's really not the same. Maybe I'm thinking too much. The rough shapes are the same. That's the main thing. All of these have a lot more. It's got like lots of like little gems. Interesting. Is this the one? The page we were after, it's gone. It's gone. Lost to the interwebs. Yeah, they just look like there's supposed to be a bit more structure around that bit. So I think we might end up not going for quite such a structured look around the gem. But that's okay. I think we're just going to keep it pretty organic, I think. Yeah, and we'll figure out what we're going to do about that. So yeah, what was I actually looking at? That top bit. Right, okay, yeah, so there's... Okay, cool. Okay, we have it. We have a plan. Oh, Zeta. Zeta's got it. Maybe. Ah, you absolute gem. Yeah, okay, so it does... Yeah, it's not that structured. It's really not that structured. Which is fine, honestly. Oh, but that bit does go in front. It does go in front. Yeah, that kind of comes a little bit off that. So yeah, I mean, we're never going to be completely accurate. You got me, yeah. Coming in once again as the MVP. So yeah, what we're going to do is... How do I want to do this? Because what we could do is we could just keep it as a whole thing, which I think might be a little bit better structurally in the long term. Yeah, I think that's the way forward. What I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can really press in the design, so then I can unfold it and have basically the embossed version of it on there. My lap has been abandoned, so I'm going to rush errands. Bless you. Yeah, your lap has been thoroughly commandeered. Caesar was being very cute last night, though. He was did a very, very, very sweet snuggle on the sofa, because he's not really a lap cat normally, but apparently now that he knows that he can fit on Zeta's lap, he's like, yes, this is the best. So yeah, Zeta's getting all of the cat hugs at the moment. I'm incredibly jealous. Yeah, it's all kind of slowly coming together. Yeah, I think the plan will be basically unfold this, hopefully have the embossed bit on the other side, so then it will be perfectly symmetrical. Okay, it's given us something to work with. Okay. I need to like turn it at a certain angle. I need shadow to see where I've etched. It's not quite strong enough on that side, but it's really strong on this side. Right, be right back. Very fair. Are you about to run your errands? There's Zeta. It's really hard to see where I've etched it. There's some bits that have shown up really well. Some bits, not so much. So yeah, it's a very strange angle, but it's just where the lighting, I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, we're just kind of making sure that whatever shapes we make end up matching, at least somewhat, a plan. Okay, we can have nothing if not best laid plans. Whether we actually stick to them or not, I think it's going to be a very different thing. But we aspire to match our plans. The best laid plans of mice and men go after Glay. That's one of the only things I really remember from GCSE English. Well, no, actually, I think I probably do remember more than that. But definitely one of the quotes. Oh, we have a sneaky Zeta going out to do errands. Need to make food. No worries, Ash. Enjoy your snacks. I'm having a bad at being an adult today. Oh, we all have those days. Definitely. I think we all have them. Yes, get them snacks. Right. That goes there. Yeah, always good to have them snacks. Did I do that side? I realise a lot of this is just repeating a lot of the same bits, but we are attempting at least to keep it symmetrical. An attempt is being made. That goes there. So yeah, some bits are looking a little bit more accurate than others, but that's okay. I realise actually the ultimate way to do this is really to just print out a picture. But I'm not sure I trust the printer to work, or at least to have enough ink in. But speaking of doing good adulting, yeah, making sure the printer has ink. I feel like that's a good one. Because yeah, ours is... It's definitely running low on something. I'm not quite sure what it's running low on, but it's definitely running low. It's very striping. It's pretty good at the doodling. Oh, bless you, thank you. It actually looks really nice on camera. It looks terrible in person. But it looks okay on camera. We'll take it. We'll take it. So yeah, at the moment I'm just following the lines that I've kind of like very much embossed into this paper. Which seems to be working actually surprisingly well. Keeping things reasonably symmetrical. It's symmetrical enough for our needs anyway. Right, we've got a bit that goes there, a bit that goes there, we've got a bit that goes there. I think that's all of our major lines, you know. Oh no, it's not. We've got something missing. That goes in there. There's a line there. That's a bit of separation. What's happening? What's happening here? Oh, we've made a mistake, but that's okay. Yes, because there's one bit that goes behind the others. Oh, we're way off. On camera, it looks like you're gonna be following instructions. Then still a good thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I'm good at following instructions. So this is something, and I appreciate that Zeta's disappeared, so can't defend himself. But Zeta's very into like making the kind of Gundams and the Warhammer, and those kind of have like those very kind of like set instructions, or like this is the bit that goes here. And like I totally get from like a sort of therapeutic point of view of just assembling the thing. But I think my problem is I like to just go a little bit, maybe not wild, but I enjoy the creative aspect of making things and kind of problem solving, and yeah, just trying to figure stuff out basically. So that's why I really enjoy cosplay, but like just following instructions on like making things, I don't know. I mean, I can follow them. I just maybe don't like following. I'm quite bad on that front. Like painting by numbers. I always like the images on the boxes. I was like, oh, these look amazing. I'd love to paint something like this. And then when it actually comes to it, I'm like, oh, what, you mean I have to put this colour here? What? But what if I wanted to put another colour here? Which, yeah, it turns out doesn't end well for the painting by numbers. It tends to go a little bit skewy when you start doing silly things like that. So yeah, I very, very quickly bounced off of painting by numbers. Yeah, I think I like learning like a method for things, and then kind of how can I break these rules and then reapply them to the thing that I actually want to do. So what I'm going to do is we've got a little bit of a confusion happening. So we've got one line that just kind of does a very gentle curve. That's that one. So I'm just going to highlight a couple of bits, just so where it gets really busy, you can actually see what's going on. So that's that line, lovely, and then we've got this kind of Y shape going on here, which that kind of goes a bit behind that one, and then down, and then down the side. Cool. So that's fine. I'm going to put that in green so I can see what's going on. Green on green, maybe not the best solution, but it's a solution, so I guess it works. I guess it's fine. Right, I think we're ready. We're ready for some Warbler. We have a design. So I'm thinking what we're probably going to start is, I think we're going to start with like a general kind of diamond shape right in the center. Oh, Are we in focus? How are we doing focus-wise? Maybe in focus. There we go. Yes, I think we're gonna make a diamond shape to start with. We have a selection of scrap bits of warbler, so my plan is to basically use as many of these scraps as possible. Ooh. Oh my gosh! A crafty jellyfish! Jelly, hello! Oh my gosh, 81! 81 people! Hello! Welcome, how is it going? Welcome. How is everybody doing? Hebs Asylum, thank you so much for the follow. Oh yeah, I've not even talked about, we have a following goal at the moment. So at the moment we're trying to hit 300 followers. This has only been instigated today to do a bass stream where we play some double bass. But let me get a quick shout out for a crafty jellyfish. There we are. How's it going? How was your stream? I know I was lurking away earlier while you were playing Cult of the Lamb. How is the cult? Jason, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. I hope everybody is having a good Friday. Ooh. I knew you had a bass, but not that you had a double bass. Yeah, we do. The cult is so fun. I've got bass stream, big hype. I am very excited for bass stream. So the reason I made it a follower goal rather than like a points one is because normally when we do a points thing, they just fill up so quickly and I want some time to practice. So we'll see how it goes. But yes, I'm really glad that the cult is going well. I'm glad it's going well. Yeah, also, hello. Anybody that's new here, I am Slunkoi. We do cosplay here. Points goal is filled in one day. Maybe not one day, but it usually gets filled in pretty quickly. At least now you have a little bit of time. Yeah, that's the dream. You got a little bit of time. But my plan, I don't know whether I want to say what the plan is for the base stream, but it's I wanted to make it a longer title, but it was starting to interfere with the appearance of the goal. But it is in fact also going to be a cosplay double bass stream with like a vague theme about the kind of music that we'll be playing while doing the bass. Will it have a pun in the title? I mean, we can work on a pun. I hadn't thought of doing a pun, but we can definitely. I think we can definitely aim for a pun name as well. But yes, we'll be doing a cosplay bass stream. So that's the plan. And it will also, as my other thought with like doing a follower thing with that little bit of extra time, hopefully by then I'll have the cosplay finished, which is actually this one. We're working on Thranduil at the moment from the Hobbits, and we're about to attempt to do a bit of sculpting for the brooch, and hope maybe some of the rings as well. We'll see how far we get. So yeah, that's what we're working on. Sounds awesome. I'm so excited. Thranduil just spit in bass notes exactly. So my thought, because Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit has some really stunning music in it, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to learn some of the themes, some of the fun stuff in there, and like I'm thinking also maybe doing like a points redeem for like song requests and stuff. So yeah, some things you didn't expect to see exactly. I don't know how well it will work because we've done a lot of work on doing the sleeves for the robe. Would we like to see the robe? Seeing as it's just hanging out in the background. So we've done a lot of work on improving the sleeves on it, so I have the mobility. That is it back there. So yeah, we've done a lot of work on making the sleeves fit a bit better, so we have mobility. So theoretically, should be fine. Also, Jelly, I appreciate if you need to grab snacks and things. I appreciate if you need to head off. And yeah, thank you so much for the raid. It's very, very appreciated. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a bit of sculpting. So we're just going to start, I think now, with a bit of the, like basically the base shape. Might need to take the makeup off, but I'll be lurking. That's very fair. Yes. Also, yeah, fully shout out Crafty Jellyfish. If anybody was unfamiliar, is a very talented cosplayer, and was at TwitchCon. Has made some very cool things. Little Happy Asti, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. So yeah, Crafty Jellyfish, very, very talented cosplayer. Also planning to enter TwitchCon next year. Which, yeah, it's very, very cool. I'm very excited to see all of the cosplay things. So if you also like cosplay and crafting, Crafty Jellyfish is the place to be. Right, what are we doing? We're going to cut out a base shape. So I think what we're going to do, I just have lots of different types of warbler. TwitchCon Paris, yeah! I'm so excited. I mean, I'm excited to make the cosplay anyway, but I'll be even extra excited if we do manage to qualify again. And I think I'll be a lot more happy with this cosplay as well. So our big plan is to do Gwendolyn from Dark Souls, who so her Armories also planning to enter is also doing a Dark Souls character. I don't know whether Ornstein is from Dark Souls 1 or 3, because I've never actually played the game, but I really like the character designs. So that's what we're planning to do. We're planning to do Gwendolyn for TwitchCon Paris. I think what we're going to do, that feels like a reasonably proportioned, pretty close. Oh, if we do a diagonal, yeah, perfect. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to grab a pen. Make one of those. And we're going to do... Ooh, yes, it's gonna break my brain just a little bit, but that's okay. Make that kind of general base shape for a brooch. So yeah, goes to look up Gwendolyn. Oh, we might be able to. Actually, we might be able to show. Do I have it open? I don't think I have it open, but I can very briefly show some of the planning that we've done so far. So we did do a whole stream that was dedicated to figuring out how we were going to make this cosplay. Is it still handy? It was reasonably handy. Oh yeah, so we've done a bit of fabric shopping as well. Are we on the right page? And is it showing up? So I've done a bit of fabric browsing, probably more accurately than shopping. So yeah, that's one of the fabrics that I found. I just wanted to like put it in our mood board. So yeah. So this is the character. We're going to make some very cursed snake legs, which I'm super excited about. We're going to hopefully make them animatronic. Those are some close-ups of the model as well. And this, I've also been gathering other people's cosplays. Like, this is amazing. I believe the cosplayer is Liz Feliday. At least that's what they're... Yeah, Liz Feliday. Oh, over on Reddit. It was a very impressive cosplay. So we've taken some inspiration and we've done a bunch of planning. So yeah, that's what we've been working on, or we're going to be working on in the near future. So yeah, that's old Gwendolyn. So that'll be the next project after Thranduil, which we're actually getting pretty close to finishing Thranduil now. I mean, it needs to be pretty close because we need to get it done for next week. Good luck. Thank you, Ash. But yeah, anybody else doing crafty things at the moment, or anybody got plans? Oh, we have a boy. Hello. Hello, sweet bean. We have a cat also. We have Caesar. He's joining the stream. He's a very handsome boy. Slightly poorly boy. He's been having lots of little trips to the vet recently, but he's a very sweet boy. Oh, is he gonna choose what we're on stream? We're standing on... Oh, yep, he's on the stream deck. Buddy, where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, there we go. Yes, we have a sweet boy as well. Yeah, who looks like he was about to try and start eating away at something. So you can't eat that, so I might have to remove him from the room. My buddy. One moment. I should leave you in the grand company of the chair. See, if you keep trying to eat that, I'm gonna have to kick you out because that's not edible. Okay, I think he's stopped. We might be okay. We might have a brief moment with the chair if he does carry on. Let me know if this is too loud, by the way. Weirdly, the heat gun is not as loud as the hairdryer, despite it giving out a lot more heat, which I never fully understood. I don't know if maybe like the hairdryer is just intended to just make more air and like a little bit of heat. Never fully understand. But yeah. there we have something like a diamondy base shape. That is, it's a little off. We might just adapt that just a little bit. But yeah, in the cult of the Lamb, were there any more sacrifices? I know there was lots of people getting old. If anybody could fill me on the fate of the cult. What we're going to do, we're just going to round that out a little bit more. It's looking a little bit off. So yeah, the goal with this, so by heating it up, Warbler should get a little bit softer, which makes it a little bit easier to work with. That feels reasonably even enough. It looks super wonky on there, but that's fine. It is just our base piece. And I think at this point, I think we just start making lots of little Warbler tubes that we can then stick down in various configurations. So where do we want to start? I think I want to start with this long snaky looking bit. We seem to end up on a lot of snake stuff recently, so with the Gwendolyn. So we're going to do the snaky bits, which look like they're going to be quite long. Oop, that's not the bit I wanted to turn. There we go. Some little Warbler snakes. I think what we'll do is we kind of already have some little Warbler snakes actually. Oh, okay. We might be able to use some of these. We might be already halfway there. Be quite nice. Is this good for any particular bit? I think it's too thin, the big snaky bits, but I think it could be good. Oh no, it's actually a bit too long. I wonder, actually, that's a good bit for there. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with that, and then I think what we'll do, grab a paintbrush so that we can heat stuff up without burning our fingers. Oh, I see a Zeta. Sorry, Zeta's trying to sneak outside, but because Caesar is with us, and he is an indoor cat, but he very much wants to explore the outside. We're just trying to negotiate Zeta sneaking outside. So we may have to remove Caesar again. Yeah. I also have some water here, so if it does get a little bit too hot to handle, we have the means of cooling ourselves down a little bit. Right. Just needs a bit more heat. It's been a while since I've worked with Warbler. Yeah, we might take a moment or two to kind of get back into the groove. That is feeling good. Yeah, originally I was thinking of making it out of like Fimo, the stuff that you put in the oven, which I think was based on what I'd seen other cosplayers do for Thranduil. But I feel like Fimo is just a bit too fragile, like it snaps a lot. And so I figured that Warbler would be maybe a slightly wiser choice of material. Slightly less likely to snap. That is the thinking at the very least. Just vibe into tunes. If we aim to make this, which bit do we say that's going to be? I mean, we could do it so it just loops all the way around. We stick with our original snaky plan. I think we stick with our original snaky plan. We're going to start in a spot that we said we were going to start at, and we shall stick with that. That feels reasonably even on both sides. That's good. Right. And then what we want to do is curve them around a little bit. So I'm thinking what we might do, we might shape each one of our... Yeah, I think we shape each one of our twigs individually to kind of fit with our design, and then we kind of slowly build up more of it. That needs a little bit more heat on it. Let me just also gently shape that there. Yeah. Okay, I was worried that this wasn't going to work, but I think we might be okay actually. Do let me know if the heat gun is too loud. I can mute the microphone as required. Because yeah, we don't want anybody, especially if you're wearing earphones or something, we don't want to get our earphones blown out as a result. Yeah, there we go. Right, that is one little snaky bit partially finished. We're gonna, I think I've got some really small scraps that I can use. I feel like this is an excellent example of why you hold on to your warbler scraps, because you never know when it might come in handy. Everything drifting away. That is suitably malleable. I'm trying really hard to avoid a situation where I accidentally burn myself as well. That would not be ideal. How much fun warbler is as well. Right. So we're drifting away from our pattern just a little bit there. I'm just going to bring that back in. So far, that feels alright. So what we might also end up doing is doing sort of the individual bits, and then maybe where we've got bits that kind of like poke up and down, we might sculpt those ones separately and then kind of bring it all together at the very end. Got to keep reminding myself to not touch the hot end, the metallic end of the heat gun. Would be a not good time. Also, but it wouldn't be the first time that we've accidentally burned ourselves on stream as well. There have been occasions. Actually, I say occasions. We've only had one actually. It was very early days of the stream. But we didn't have the best setup with an iron, and yeah, the iron won that fight. It was not a great time for me, but it was fine. It was fine. I think I still have a little bit of a scar from it. We're all good. We're all good. Right. I think actually if we just snip this, it's pretty much the exact size and shape that we're going to need. The real question will be, how do we keep these up in such a way that we don't lose them? Because they're just itty bitty bits. Also, are we doing okay for focus? Alright, quick check. I think we're doing okay for focus. Do let me know if it's a bit off. I'm incredibly short-sighted, so even the short distance from here to here is a little bit tricky sometimes. As far as I can tell, we're doing okay. Right. Actually, very gently warm those up a bit. Oh, oh no. Oh no, it's stuck. Stuck to the paintbrush. And that's nice and warm as well, which means it should be pretty easy to stick that on. And our other piece. really warm still as well. There we are. Right. Might warm it up just a little bit more. Heb, I just wait till you get older and short-sighted and needing reading glasses. Oh no! Not the reading glasses too. I was like, hi Heb. How's it going? Yeah. Yeah, we already have the wait, no, I'm already short-sighted. What if I was even like shorter than short-sighted? Because like I'm short-sighted because I can read things that are close up but not far away, right? I always get really confused about the wording for describing long versus short-sightedness. But I believe I'm already short-sighted because I can't see things a long ways away. But yes, I don't look forward to not being able to see things close up either. It's kind of, I guess it's all part of the fun of growing up, I guess. Oh, I hear a meow. Oh, do we need... Oh. Sorry, Zeta just spooks Caesar just a little bit. Just come back in. Yeah, Zeta is currently working on some little Warhammer models. Do you want to show off your models on stream? Pass them over. Okay. Just been priming and painting some Warhammer models. These are the Crimson Fists, right? So yeah, there's some little Warhammer. They kind of, oh, the focus is really not great. So yeah, doing some priming outside. It's relatively well ventilated. Ooh, hold on, no, bring it that way. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to see them. They're just kind of void color currently. Yeah, there we go. That's what's been happening behind the scenes. Cheeky bit of Warhammer. Right, okay, we have our first little snaky bits. Oh, our focuses. I can tell that focuses off. There we go. Right. Okay, where do we go next? What do we fancy next? I might very quickly... Oh, hello! Viwi! What a great name! Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Close-sighted means you can see close up, but needed glasses for distance. Yeah, so that's where I'm currently at. And I think I probably need an eye check again, because it's been a little while. I'm at the stage where I need contacts for the distance and reading glasses for up close. Oh, wow. So you've got like 2 for 1 on... Like, I guess, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Duct Tape! Hello! Welcome! Greetings! And yes, no, you're very, very welcome anytime, Vivi. A great name. It's just fun to say. But also, the colour of Duct Tape, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, quick shout outs for Duct Tape. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, ooh. Ash curls up in a corner and snoozes. You live in that strong cat life aesthetic, Ash. I was about to shout out Ash. I mean, we can shout out Ash. Do you stream, Ash? I don't think you do. You stream? Have I not been shouting you out and you should be shouted out all this time? But Colour Duct Tape, if you like crafty things, Colour Duct Tape also does crafty things and is a very talented cosplayer. Don't stream. Very fair. This is like almost typed the wrong name. Like, hold on a minute. That's not the person that we were after. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, Duct Tape, and I hope you're doing well, Vivi. You can shout me out, but it's not going to do anything, I think. Yeah, I can't remember what it does when you try and shout out people that haven't streamed. I can't honestly remember. Because I think it says something, but I don't know. Shall we find out? Shall we find out what happens when you shout out somebody that's never streamed? Ash, let's see what happens. Oh, no, we already shouted out Crafty Jellyfish. They were playing nothing. I can't remember what they do. They were enjoying no game. You don't enjoy games, Ash. No games for you. I've been watching slam videos of the new new Rings of Power series. So I'm really appreciating the fact that your choice here has long hair. Amazing. When you say slam videos, is this like people slamming the new series? Yeah, No Game. My favourite game is No Game. Or is this like, for some reason, my brain immediately went to like slam poetry. I don't think that's what it means. I'm really excited for Rings of Power. Like, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And they have a lot to say against it. Wait, what? Really? I mean, we've not seen anything yet. I've only seen stuff to get hyped about, like beautiful costumes and like a little bit of like the casting of who they've got in it. So like, why are we slamming? Today I learned that dissing someone in a rap song is slam poetry. I guess, yeah. I'm also against what they've just to make allegiances here. Oh, okay, clear, not here. Oh wait, just to make clear. So when you say what the people slamming it, or you're against some of the choices made? No, I think everything I've seen so far, I'm just like super hyped about. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say that I was like the biggest Tolkien scholar. So I guess if there's stuff that people are like frothing at the mouth because it's not accurate to Tolkien, I'm a bit like, fair. Wait, no. What's the new? Right. So we have, I think I'm going to go for, so there's some that are going to go behind it. I'm a massive dwarf fan has never done them justice. Oh, you're going to have to pick a lane here, Duct Tape. Okay, dude, the end of the Hobbits film, oh, well, in terms of how they've not done them justice. But I'm just gonna bring up my, like, surely there was a better way of killing them. I can't honestly remember what happened. How bad is this? I'm cosplaying from a film that I can't remember most of the end of. Like, I know there was like the whole bit, I mean, spoilers for a film that's been out for quite a while now. Because I know like one of them gets killed off. Is it Killy or Philly? It's one of those two. They're depicted as comic relief. Yeah, that is a shame. Because like there could be so much more depth to the characters. Is this the one? Nope, that ain't it. Oh no, we've lost the link. Alright, it's pretty much of an anticlimax. Yeah, weeps. Yeah, because like Gimli, I feel like has been really reduced to comic relief, and it's like, but you deserve so much better than this. Like, what is this? And like, I totally get that it's fun to have like a comic relief character, but it's kind of nice if that's kind of passed around at least a little bit. I mean, I get that they have to die, but you can at least make it epic. So yeah, it's like, what's going on? Like these characters that we've been hanging out with this whole film, and then it's just like, that's it, goodbye. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, fine, sure, I guess that's fine. Right, so this bit goes above that bit. So I think what we'll do, we'll probably go, I think we'll go, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to heat up the rest of this warble bit. I don't want to bring my bad, so I won't bring my issues here, but I have issues. That's very fair, Duct Tape. Yeah, it can be frustrating. I just like to see them depicted, you know, respectfully. But no. I mean, it's just stab gone. How dare they? Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's realistic, but disappointing given how many passes everyone else gets. Yeah. But it's also like, I mean, in a weird way, just stab gone. It's kind of almost like how it is in the book, where there's like 5 lines, I think, devoted to the Battle of the 5 Armies, and it's like, oh, there was a big fight, this happened, done, and it just like completely glosses over it. And if there was something that you were gonna like bring to the fore, they had so many like random cutscenes. I say cutscenes because it just kind of felt like a railroad kind of thing with all these random things in the film. And then Legolas just prances on people's heads like a prick. Yeah, like 5 lines, so he's like 15. When he has like 1,500 lines explaining trees. Yeah, so yeah, movie directors everywhere. Opportunity. Wait, what? Well, an opportunity to explain trees. Or just an opportunity to include a Legolas where there really is no need for a Legolas. Roybos, hello. We're just discussing the Hobbit films. How's it going? Hey Roybos, hello. I hope you're doing well. We're doing some sculpting. We're discussing Hobbit films. Yeah. What a time for a Hobbit to drop in, right? Oh, also shout outs for Roybos Hobbit. Oh no, hold on. I need to do the SO bit first before I can do Roybos. We're gonna. I mean, we could shout out that person too, but that's not who I meant. There we go. Roybos. There we go. You've come at a bad time. I'm moaning about the depiction of dwarves in Tolkien film adaptations. But yes, do give Roybos a follow. Another very crafty bean. Roybos makes stuff, exactly. Always very welcome to the shout out. We do like to do a support over here. Go check her out, yeah. Right, I feel like that's the midpoint, so we're going to heat up the midpoint. So yeah, we're just making it. We're making a brooch because we've reached a small impasse with the sleeves in that I need to wait for some fabric to dry because I was very good. Duct tape and Roybos, you'll be very proud of me. I pre-washed my fabrics so that they're not going to do any strange stretchy things if I ever try and wash Thranduil's robe. But yes, please be very proud of me for pre-washing my fabrics because it doesn't always happen. She's from somewhere on the African continent, time zone wise, and she's a chill person. Yeah, exactly. So I'm pretty sure you're in South Africa as well, right? Makes a note to pre-wash stuff before you work with it. Yeah, so like us pre-wash? My heart off, I know, right? So for context, Ash, for pre-washing fabrics, because sometimes fabrics can come with like different finishes on them, or like, I mean, I think we've all been there where we've like washed something and it's gone a bit awry in the washing machine process. Yeah, in the washing process where it can like shrink or stretch or do strange things, and you don't want that to basically happen on a finished garment, because then you've got this like weird baggy like sleeve or something that you didn't expect to be like that. Did you see the new Rings of Power trailer? We're still weeping for dwarves. Oh no. I'm here to validate your grievances. They did the dwarves dirty. Oh no! I've not seen the latest trailer. Watched it, Dave. It's rubbing up on all of us. I too pre-washed some fabric yesterday. Hey! Yeah, it's what you want. You want to pre-wash your fabrics if you can. If you have the option of pre-washing, you should. Right, I think once that's bent into shape, that should set us up quite well for that bit. So we're going to do that bit. And I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do about this. But I think that will be one of the top layers, so I think that's okay. Yeah, you want to that's why you want to pre-wash your fabrics. And also, if they've got like a weird finish on them, it won't clog up your sewing machine as well. So yeah, that's the TLDR of why you should wash your fabrics. But I'm historically quite bad at pre-washing my fabrics. Oh, another thing that I think you're supposed to do also, that admittedly I don't think we've intentionally done for this cosplay, but I've kind of, I think, ended up doing in some ways because of the amount of time it's taken us to do the cosplay, is letting stuff drape for a while, so that it can kind of, if it's going to stretch with gravity, it can sort itself out, and then you can kind of cut your fabric, let it drape a bit more, make sure it does what it's supposed to do. So yeah, don't make clothes, very fair. It's a lot of work. I'd love to make more clothes. Looks like I own unwashed fabric, guilty. Duct tape. If you not washed your fabrics. I mean, I'm struggling with this. That's very fair. I just think the relationship between Elrond and Durin seems off. It would be a better depiction of Legolas and Gimli's relationship post Lord of the Rings. Yeah. So like, yeah, because it's kind of, in like Lord of the Rings, you kind of go, Legolas goes on this whole journey of like becoming friends with Gimli, and it's kind of like, and then he makes that same journey seemingly in the Hobbits. So yeah, I knitted one sweater. That is very commendable, as Duct Tape says. That's all the clothes I made. It still counts. It absolutely counts. Knitting is one of those things I had just bounced off of. One day, maybe. But yes, it's a lot of knitting. It's true. It's true. I mean, only because I had to pull back all the time and got confused. Oh, bless you. Do not get me started on it. Elrond is not Elrond. Wait, Elrond is not Elrond? What? I'm so confused. See, without seeing the trailer, it's like all of these things, it's like I have no frame of reference to these Hobbit-based, or Hobbit, or Rings of Power-based grievances. Wait, which one did I say I was going to do? I think I was going to do this one. Was it this one? I don't know. I think it was this one. I keep changing my mind. I should just pick something and just sculpt it. What I did was just heated it up and then let it get stuck to the chopstick. Chopstick? No, it's a paintbrush. Do you mean the representation of Elrond in the series is not to expectation? They did the elves dirty now too. Is that, or is that it deviates a lot from the source material? I'm trying to figure out what, because like everything that I've seen in stills, I've been like, everything looks stunning, everything looks beautiful, and I'm really glad that we're gonna get some like a slightly less vanilla version of the series, or of Middle Earth as well. I think that's like super important because it's been so overdue, so overdue. Can I link in chat? You can link in chat. There's a well-spoken video of costumes, or other expectations of the series that I'd recommend if interested. I do like a good costuming video. There's a slight hint in the series that the source. There's a slight hint that the series and the source material might be connected. Oh, so I think also, actually, I wonder if the reason it's not so close. So I think this could be a copyright thing, actually, Duct Tape. The reason that it's deviating so much from Tolkien's, like Tolkien's work, I think it's because of the copyright thing with the Tolkien estate. So this might not necessarily be the intentions of the makers. But I remember reading something about they've got a license to like do a series based on the films, but I think the Tolkien estate has held on to copyright for the like Tolkien's original works, and that might be why they're doing things dirty, or at least not quite as to expectation. So yeah, I think that might be the issue. So it might not be quite. It might not be like their artistic choice to deviate. I think they might have to deviate just so that they don't get caught by the Tolkien estate being like, "Oi, you're not allowed to do this." I mean, fans just want the good stuff. So if that's true, it makes sense for it to be off. Yeah. So I think I remember hearing something about that. I've not looked into it myself, but it's the kind of thing that makes sense. Trying really hard not to rant here, but you guys make it very hard. Video no longer available. Oh no! But yeah, if they're not making it to expectation, what they're doing for, man, the Tolkien estate is a bugger. Yeah, I mean, I think if you can like separate, I feel like one way to maybe look at it is if you separate kind of, okay, it's not going to be the source material, but just treat it as its own maybe standalone thing, or like you say, like something that's inspired by Middle Earth, and like kind of look at it maybe that way and just enjoy it for its own like intrinsic properties rather than is it a perfect like representation of Tolkien's world, then maybe I feel like that's one way to look at it and just kind of, you know, enjoy it for what it is, without getting like maybe too het up. Yeah, hopefully that one works. Nice, that one works perfect. I won't watch it now, but I will ever so sneakily just copy that for my own future reference. Where can I put this where it's not going to immediately start playing? Actually, I will message it to myself. That's how I'll do it. Right. Boop, 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 boop. Where do I want to message it to myself? I want to chuck it here. That's a good place to chuck it. Chuck it here. That'll do the job. Boom. That one was fabulous. I gotta look for now, but I'm also open for later watching. Nice. Hope everyone has a good rest of the stream. Oh, bless you. Thanks, Ash. And yes, you have a great rest of your day. Also, good luck with the PhD later. Yes, you gotta. Once again, I'm gonna be like, hold myself accountable. We've got to do something PhD related, or at least, at the very least, I think I want to finish the edits on this chapter that I've been working on. That's the goal. That's the goal. I'm saying it in public so that it has to happen. I'm fine with artistic interpretation, but then I expect to see it try to stand on its own as such, and not seeming to appear as a cheap knockoff or a poor attempt to follow in larger footsteps. You know, yeah, that's very fair. That's very fair. You got this head baby. Thanks, Ash. Disappears for now in a proof of logic. Oh, that's a great phrase. Proof of logic. I enjoy that. Goodbye, Ash. Have a great rest of your day. Oh dear, sorry. Just say it and spray it. Goodbye, Ash. Yeah. No one convinced me that do not have beards. It is canon that the only doors of incest own appear to each other as form or an act of being banished, and that the princess comes with a clean human-like face. My hopes just shattered. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be quite nice to see more varied representation for sure on that front. Like, it could be really cool. Also, bye Ash, bye. The princess, yeah. So there's like the aspects of the source material. That's missing. It's kind of sad, because that could be like a really interesting, you know, analysis of, you know, dwarven culture and stuff. But maybe that is the kind of thing that, because it's canon, they're like, oh, it's not canon, Lord of the Rings. Look, we've changed this bit. So I feel like that's maybe the kind of thing that fell into that bracket. Or it could be even, I mean, potentially something as simple as maybe whoever's playing that, like playing the princess, you know, just like maybe really struggles with like wearing those kind of like facial prosthetics and things like that, because like that's happened before in films. Like I mean, I think it was Harry Potter, where, you know, Daniel Radcliffe in the first film had contacts and then didn't for any of the other ones because they were super irritating. So it could be something as simple as that. It's like they wanted to do this, but it was like, actually, for the comfort of our own actress, like, or actor, performer, like, yeah, it's just better to consider their comfort. Maybe it could be something as simple as that. It might not be too deep. But yeah, in terms of the like the Tolkien estate and all those kind of things, I think it might be more along those lines. Rather watch it. I've already skewed your perception. My apologies. No, it's fine. That's pretty much the only reason I'd be happy with. Wait, what, like if it was like the comfort of the actress or actor? I don't know the pronouns of who's playing this character. One assumes femme, but one cannot always assume femme. Because I believe the new, like, House of the Dragon, that's another new series coming out, which I'm very excited for. But I believe one of the main actors in that is actually non-binary, which I'm like, woo, super happy about. The character they're playing, I believe, is female, but the actor themselves is non-binary, which is really cool. When do you hear about TwitchCon admissions, by the way? I don't know. I believe they'll make some kind of announcement, although based on last year they didn't really make an announcement, or at least none that I saw, and it was kind of all word of mouth that the thing was happening. So yeah, I would guess. What movie series did you just mention? House of the Dragon, so the new, like, set in the world of Game of Thrones, which kind of follows the story of, like, the Targaryens when they were kind of, I think, at the height of their power, or maybe just before their fall. I'm not quite sure. I think that is, but yes, House of the Dragon. Yeah, didn't the announcement come in quite late this year? Yeah, so I think it was both a little bit late, so that's, I think, why there wasn't so many entries this year. And also it wasn't, I don't think, particularly well advertised. So yeah, the only reason I heard about TwitchCon having a contest was from the people entering. So like people like Jelly, I don't remember who else mentioned it in their streams as well. But yeah, folks that were going to enter it anyway. That was the only way that I'd heard about it. So yeah, but I think they might be a little bit more on the ball with announcing it this year, and especially since a lot of people are kind of already kind of planning, started making things like that. I kind of think that now that it's on people's radar, I think people will be a lot more on the ball with like getting those entries in. Right, I am very briefly, I am going to have a quick look at the brooch again, because I want to double check which bits are supposed to be going over and under each one. I've lost the link that Zeta sent. Is it this one? It is that one. Ah, fabulous. Right, okay. So, that is an over one, and that's fine. That goes... Oh, okay, so that goes all the way down there. Okay, right, okay. And then... Hold on, make sure I've got the right bits. Ah, okay. So that goes under there. So I'm just working out my layers for my things. So what's a sensible one to do next? I feel like the next most backward one must be... I think it has to be this one. This is our next one. Kind of goes under most other things. Okay, yeah, we might have messed up just a little bit, but that's okay. We'll be able to fix it. I'm still going to mention Sense8 whenever gender inclusivity and casting comes up in convo. Ooh, I've not seen Sense8. I feel like I'm trying to remember what I've heard about it. I feel like I've either heard very good things or like very mixed reviews, but I can't actually remember what I've seen about the series. Or the LGBT inclusivity. Yes, big fan. Has become its own enemy in some ways, especially when context is ignored for the sake of itself. I mean, I can kind of partially understand, but I think inclusivity is like super important. I do recommend it. It's a really interesting concept and a fantastic character study. Yeah, okay. I do like some good character stuff. No, I think like I at least very personally, like I feel like it's super important that, you know, we have that kind of inclusivity. Looking at you, 90% of all Netflix original. Oh, Roy Boss calling it out like it is. Wait, hold on. Wait, inclusivity as if it. Wait, so, I don't know. My personal stance is I'm a big like, because at the end of the day, these things are all, well, depending on what it is. If it's like a real life thing and you're like casting people maybe in a way that's not reflective of real life events, then that's kind of like, probably shouldn't do that. But I don't know, actually, I don't know. Generally, I feel like inclusivity is like super important, because if you don't see yourself reflected in media, you're like, oh, this is not for me, and that can be super damaging for like so many people. And so I think I would always lean more in the lane of including more people than like excluding, if that makes sense. That's my 2 cents on it, you know. I'd rather see inclusion than not. And if it's like, oh, it doesn't fit this like time period or something, it's like, well, you know, it's fine. Like, yeah. Netflix has really taken the concept of the token gay character to the stream. Oh dear. Still happy to see the inclusion, but like, don't just dump them in there with no context or depth. Yes, that is true. Yes, there is inclusion, but we'd also we'd like more than the bare minimum of being included. We would also like depth. The Dragon Prince did it nicely, in my opinion. Yeah, I feel like Dragon Prince is a good example. Like, I think for like the amount of screen time that those characters have, is kind of, yeah, it's good. We like to see it. Because I appreciate that you can't go super into the depth of everybody's backstory, but where you can give them that little extra depth, it really makes a difference. It's important, but when it's being prioritized over the actual content, I don't care for it. That's fair. I'm not entirely sure I know exactly what if you're referring to anything in particular, Date, but that's I kind of get. get where you come from. I don't know if I agree, but I can understand if it can. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I agree. Because it was like at the end of like, I mean, yeah. I don't know if you're referring to a specific instance or anything, but yeah. Right. Right. Which one did I say? I think I was going for this one. This is the one that I'm going for. We don't need too much stuff for that one, so that's quite nice. We'll just do a quick snip of that. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we got. I need a little extra on this bit. I'm sorry. I think I'm just going to do a really quick, once I've done this bit, and then I'm going to do a really quick sugar test. Quick cyborg arm scan. Because I'm not entirely sure I trust my sugar levels. They've been like really high today for some reason. I'm not quite sure why they're so high. But then, so with the sugar levels being super high, I've injected, which means there's a chance we might end up going a little bit low, you know? Okay. Oh. We've got like the parents of one character, 2 women, and they didn't mention this or do anything about it. There just happened to be another female, but traditionally a male husband would be, and they carried on with the story completely naturally. Yes, I loved it. Apparently others didn't though, and since I'm not the misrepresented minority here, I'm open to different interpretations there. Is this in... I'm trying to think. Is this in Dragon Prince? I'm trying to remember who is... like the 2 oh yes, I know who you mean. Yes, yeah, a great example, because they kind of like had all their other aspects of their characters and like their personality and stuff, and it just so happened that yeah, one of the characters' mums were like 2 women. It was great. Recent Disney has been a great example of useless inclusivity. Making sure you can cut out any of the included characters to make sure you can sell it in all markets. Or yeah, Dragon Prince still, yes, I do know the characters you mean. At first I was like, who are you on about? And I was like, yes, no, I do get it. Flashback, I think it was a flashback. And yeah, it was like, it's just, these are the characters. Here they are. These are the cool things about them. And like, they're doing their thing. But yes, recent Disney. I feel like recent Disney, like, there's things like Owl House where they kind of like seemingly slipped a bunch of stuff in. And like in a way that you can't cut it out, which is like brilliant. Big fan. But yeah, there's other bits of Disney where you're like, hold on a minute, hold on. I feel like they may be slightly better in TV series, maybe less good in films, maybe, if there's a trend. I'm not super up to date on lots of films, I will be honest. Right, okay, so we need to do some warming and wiggling. That's what we need to do. Oh, I was going to do a sugar level test before I start heating things up again. Right, let's go. What do we got? Yeah, sugar level's very all over the place. Not quite sure why. Well, they cancelled Our House, yeah. But I've heard rumour that they are carrying on. Or like something, that there would be more. I don't know if... I mean... So I feel like I've heard both that they are carrying on and both that they're not planning to carry on. I really hope they do, because where they left it off, it's like, we need more story. But yes, maybe they did make Our House a little bit too LGBT friendly for Disney, maybe. But I think there's attempts. Dave, I just want to tell you, I have stuff to show you. Ooh. What you got there, Roy Boss? Dead End, though. Dead End, yes. Big fan of Dead End. That's our latest discovery, is Dead End. huge fans of that. It's like, yeah, very, very relatable content in Dead End. And yes, we'd definitely recommend. Right. I'm just going to check. I ran out of characters and then realised I cannot actually tell the story without revealing part of the issue's identity. I ran out of characters. But yes, ooh, exciting new things to share. What was I doing? I was gonna look to see what our current situation is. Right, so that does go in front of that. Okay, cool, sweet. So we just gotta be careful that we don't accidentally stick stuff. Oh, there's a character limit on chats. Okay, fair. I mean, I'm intrigued to know how big your essay was, Duct Tape. That's quite impressive. Oh, word limit characters, not like people's characters. Gotcha. Yeah. I'm intrigued to know what this essay was. What I might do, I'm gonna prop up some of my bits with. Can I prop it up with this? That works. Hey. So then if I heat things up, it's not going to get accidentally stuck to stuff that I don't want it to get stuck to. Where let me go? Yeah. It is. Right. That sounds like quite the essay. Made it so that kind of nudges in there, and we want that to just very gently. Oh, I might have made this bit a bit too long. I think it's okay, but it might be just a little smidge too long. Need to get me a heat gun. It is a very useful tool. Winter is the perfect time for heat gun projects. Oh my gosh, yeah. I feel like if I'd been working on this bit like a couple of weeks ago, or even last week, I could have just left the warbler outside. It probably would have gotten warm enough. Pardon me. Right. So we've got to be a little bit careful that we don't accidentally lose some bits. But that. Oh, let's say, okay, we're about some of a representation that does not respect some people's decision. Let's just say, I'm acquainted with a bad example of representation that does not respect some people's decision not to be included in the LGBTQ spectrum. Sorry, I'm just trying to like work out the double negative there. So is it like somebody's being included in the LGBTQ spectrum, but they're kind of not so keen to be in this included as a part of it, that they don't feel like part of that? I think that's my understanding of it. Yeah, I have no idea what the kind of context for this is. What lovely sculpty stuff is that we're using? We are using Warbler. So this is the most basic kind of Warbler you can get. I'm so intrigued. Hold on. So it comes in sheets, and it comes in various varieties. So this is... Oh, so we have slightly better focus. Is that the best? Oh, that feels like the best focus. There we go. So yeah, it's a thermoplastic. So yeah, it's a thermoplastic, which so the most basic form is this one. So it kind of has this like shiny side and then this kind of mesh side. I don't know if that's the most basic actually. It's reading so pale white on my screen. I wouldn't have expected Warbler. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it's maybe because this is like the mesh side. Maybe the mesh is making it look much lighter. Because yeah, I've got other Warbler that doesn't have the mesh in. And I also have some of the black Warbler. I think I've not broken into any of the white Warbler. But yeah, I'm basically using lots of little Warbler scraps, which I'm really glad I've kind of held on to, because yeah, it's like I don't need a new sheet of warbler. I've just got all these little bits, which apparently I've also already cut into conveniently small strips in some cases, which are perfect for this. So yeah, that's what we're using. So literally just warbler. Originally I was going to use Fimo, the kind of the clay that you stick in the oven, but I know that that's just going to be a bit too brittle, so I figured this would be a happy medium, that it would like maybe have a little bit of flex to it, so that, you know, if I'm like push my shoulders in or something, it's going to like have a little bit of flex, it's not just going to snap. That's my thinking. On this, but it will still, ooh, for the most part, unless you move your paper too early and you've not properly secured things, for the most part it will hold its shape, which is quite nice. So I think what we might do, we're going to put, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a wire, I'm going to put a paintbrush under here to ever so slightly lift those, and then I'm going to heat a little bit. Where does this need to go now? That needs to go there. And yeah, just gently... Yeah, I think I'm going to gently heat that up so it all sticks together. Yeah, it's really interesting that it reads so pale on screen. I think it's the mesh. I think it is the mesh. Ooh, it's a bit too intense. That's okay. Yeah. I'm trying to be vague, my apologies. And I'm intrigued. I am intrigued to know whom's to on about duct tape. But if you don't feel comfortable with saying it in chat, it's absolutely fine. You can drop me a DM or something. Robust, let for a bit while I wash the dishes. That's very fair. Good luck with the dishes. I hope they behave themselves. They don't take too long to wash. Right. Well, that has actually, if I keep that propped up, that's quite good. I can grab another paintbrush of roughly the same size. We can do the same on the other side. Easy. There we go. Right. I think this side, because this bit on this side is not quite as long, I don't think we're going to have quite so much of an issue with stuff sticking where it's not supposed to, but we'll do our best. Yeah, it might be a little bit of a balancing act here and there. Ooh. And that's gotten itself unstuck as well. That's okay. Right, that. And we put that up there. And hopefully all of this will start holding its own weight. Something entirely unrelated to anything, but I need to share something. They've just announced 2 new kill teams. Amazing. We're back on the Warhammers. What do we got? What fun new kill teams available? Yeah, you saying about like announcements, I'm like, I wonder when they will announce TwitchCon next year. So I think, if I had to guess, I think they'll announce it either shortly after San Diego, or I reckon it will be in like January. That just kind of feels like about the right time. One team is basically a group of fabulous rogues and pirates. I want to make our Flag Means Death theme team. Oh my gosh, yes. Which we still need to see. We've still not seen our Flag Means Death. I'm just a big fan of just all that kind of everything I've heard about it. I'm like, yes, this, more of this, please. Right, so we've got. Ooh, we're a little bit off screen. I might just save that for a second. How are we doing time-wise? We're 5:30. Wow, that's gone super quick. Super speed. I'm wondering if I might take just a really short... I really need a wee, is what I need. Possibly too much info. But I think I'm going to take a really quick 5-minute break, just so I can sort myself out. Maybe get some more... Oh, we're doing okay for drink, actually. We're doing okay for drink. But yeah, I need to stretch. I need to pee. So yeah, we're going to take a quick break. If you need to grab teas, stretches, biscuits, all of that good stuff, please do it. We're gonna have about 5 minutes ish. I might be back a little bit sooner, maybe slightly later, hopefully sooner. But yes, I'm very excited for our Flag News Death Thing team. We shall continue this conversation, well, possibly in person as I go upstairs, but certainly in chat as well, very shortly. But for now, 5-minute break. I'll see you very soon. Hello, 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 we're back. Turns out it was slightly longer than 5 minutes, but that's okay. Zeta and I were Zeta was very excitedly showing me some of these new kill team models. And yes, it is glorious, like space pirates, Warhammer pirates, all of that kind of good fun stuff. So yes, very exciting. I think I know what kit Zeta might be trying to get a hold of next. Right, so let's have a quick look at our current thing. Let's see, is that going to show up nicely for you all? It is! Ah, lovely. Oh, we might need to slightly shuffle it, but that's okay. I love them. Yeah, Zeta's a big fan of the space pirates. I feel like space pirates, they need to have like some good exciting names. Okay, so what have we got? Yeah, so what I've done is I've made a bit of a mistake by doing one of the pieces that's like supposed to be quite near the top, but that's okay. We will be able to work around that. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. But we've got that bit quite near the back. That's quite a low. I think that's okay. That's the top of it. The top of it is the next bit that we need to do. So yeah, we need to do this bit. That's the next most low-hanging bit. So yeah, we have a plan. We have a plan. Whoop. So I'm just going to very slightly shuffle. There we go. So yeah. Whew. Right. More warbler. More warbler. I feel like we're making pretty decent progress though. Where are we at? We're at 20 to 6. I feel like we're making good progress. We might end up doing a bit more sculpting tomorrow. And maybe the entirety of Sunday will be devoted to sleeves and whatnot. But I do feel like it would be kind of nice. It would be quite nice to finish off the sleeves on stream. Apart from NFD, I promise I'm not anti anything other than participation of dwarves. I feel guilty about not being able to explain your point. You know, you're all good, Duct Tape. You're all good. Like, I think, like, you're allowed to feel frustrated about stuff. I think the only last thing, I mean, I don't know full context for things, in terms of like context and stuff. But I think I don't know if the dwarf thing is like related to the inclusion comment or not. But if it is, or just in general inclusion and context, I do wonder sometimes if people are like more worried about context than like people. Sometimes it might be worth like just questioning why that is. But no, you're good at it. I don't direct that at you specifically. I mean, I know you've mentioned it, but just in general, if there's something that's kind of like in that kind of realm, sometimes it could be good to just like reflect, be like, why do I care about this but not actual people? if that makes sense. I don't know if that's at all related or if that makes any kind of sense. And I never say anything to be like an attack, because that's not how we grow and move forward as people, you know. I'm starting to take no worries. Yeah. No, you're all good. Right. So, do we have enough stuff to do this? On a lighter note, Duct Tape, weren't you doing like some stuff for a con recently? Is that been and gone? Is that still in the near future? Because I think you were going to do like some like sewing. Were you doing like a sewing workshop? Does your self-healing mat not curve because of the heat? Oh, it absolutely curves because of the heat. Hold on. If we yeah, to be fair, I do have a proper heat-proof thing, but it's not super thick. So yeah, it is. I don't know if we. Yeah, I mean, you can see the warp that has happened there. Ooh, don't touch the hot bit. So yeah, it is absolutely warped a bit. But this heat mat has seen so many things at this point that a little bit of heat can't really hurt it anymore. No, it is absolutely warped because of the heat. Yeah, no, yeah. I think it does, but I don't care. Thank goodness, I thought I was using mine wrong. No, you're all good. Yeah, I should really put it out actually. I do have a heat mat somewhere, which I think I can see, but Can I get to it is the real question. I think I can get to it actually. I might leave you very briefly in the company of the chair to get some proper heat protection on this table, because this thing is doing its best. Be right back. There we go. Praise the chair, the one that keeps, that holds all of this up. Ooh, okay. I've still got, I think there's still some silicone and stuff on this. Chair! Yep, absolutely, chair. Right, so yeah, this is still covered, my heat mat, my actual heat mat, is still very much covered in paint from Vaporeon. So it is a little bit chaotic, it's a little bit a lot. I'm just going to put this to one side so we can actually sort ourselves out properly. So yes, this will just add a little extra layer. I missed your last question though. I had a little rogue loudly tell me about his jets crashing and how they were meant to wear seatbelts, and I had to prioritise a conversation. Bless you, Tate. I was asking, did you had like, you were doing a workshop or something at a con? Did that happen already? Is that about to happen? Right, there we go. We have some proper heat protection, even if it looks more like a paint mat. But yeah, because I think I remember you saying about you were going to do something at a con. I think it was like some kind of sewing workshop or something. Right, what are we doing? We're doing that bit. We already have most of that ready to go. Is that about the right length? We might need a smidge more. We had a sewing workshop. Yeah, we made hakamas. Oh, amazing. And it was a roaring success. Oh, that's great to hear. We had 2 novices. It was amazing. Ah, I'm glad it went well. I'm really glad it went well. Very exciting. I need to learn how to make hakama. I mean, I say that. I'm not actually planning to make the cosplay anymore. That was going to use a hakama. Because, yeah, we decided against doing old Mizutsune in the end. So I don't actually need to learn how to make hakama for any upcoming cosplays, but I feel like it's a useful thing to know. And the father of one of the novices who attended as well, which was awesome, was the first to finish his hakama. Ah, smashing it. Oh, I think I do actually remember you saying about some of this actually. Is this... Are these pieces long enough? I reckon they should be long enough. If I can get it to split reasonably accurately in the middle. I'm quite pleased with how elegant it's looking so far. Like, I honestly wasn't expecting it to look this elegant. I feel like I should probably take some pictures. Happy to share again, yeah. No, I mean, it's exciting stuff. It's very exciting. I think I would love to be able to do some kind of like workshop at a con or something. I feel like it'd just be really fun. I don't know what skills I could particularly offer, because I feel like I'm very much in that category of jack of all trades, master of none. So it's like, I know a little bit about this, I know a little bit about that. I don't know really enough to be an expert on anything, but I know bits of stuff. I wonder if, oh, have I just made these too small? I might have made them too small. Oh no. So what we could do instead, because that's quite a high up piece, right? The Crafting Bard, exactly, jack of all trades. The Crafting Bard, that's a great name, like a great title. Would be like an excellent username. Crafting Bard, what a great name. Right, I'm just going to check, because if that feels like that should be the right size for that, and that is quite high up. So we could do that actually, because we've not really got a huge amount underneath it. That could work. We could do that. We could do that instead. Well, it might still be kind of long enough. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll stick to the original plan. It might be just a little bit shorter than originally intended, but that's okay. Right, let's warm these up a smidge. And also, Raven, welcome back. Ooh, oh, right, we're losing all our warbler bits. We've gone rogue. Next workshop I want to have is for making fake boobs. So when you don't have or don't want to expose parts of your own, that's very fair. But I want to fine tune it first. It also needs to be presented relatively seriously. That's definitely a very useful workshop. But you're right, it needs to be like a little bit of sensitivity perhaps. But that would be a great workshop. Yeah, I've definitely seen like online stuff. Would this be, what kind of materials you'd be using for that? I've got to be a little bit careful here not to heat up the wrong bit. Can I? Nope. Can we get just the bit that I want? Right. Is that matching the shape? Do we have? Oh, we do have a shape. There we go. Right. There's fairly. You know what? I think I'm going to take that. That's all right. Yeah, we'll take that. That works. Right. Let's see if we can do the same on the other side. I've seen stunning applications of it. Foam base with a fabric cover. Stretch over so the garment seems hide the ends of the wearable feature. That's quite cool. That makes sense. Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of tutorials on like making fake boobs. I think at least one of them I've seen used foam as well. It's like, yeah, kind of creating that base shape. Right. Sorry, I'm just gonna concentrate for a second to get this in position. And that goes like that. Okay, this bit looks like it's a little bit longer than the other. That's okay. That looks like that's kind of sitting in where we need it to. Fabulous. I'm actually like amazed at how well this is kind of coming together. I was not expecting it to work so well. Oh no. Say that and immediately undo what I've just done. Yeah, I think we've done like surprisingly well. Like, I don't think it's perfectly symmetrical, but I think it's symmetrical enough that it will do the job that we need it to. Yeah, I think once we've like kind of attached everything else, then it will be, yeah, I think we'll be able to like heat it up very, very gently and just kind of like separate some of it so it has a bit more of a 3D form, because at the moment it's in a very literal sense very flat. Yeah. Right, which bit do we tackle next? We could do, done that bit, not done that under bit. What's going on there? We've done that bit. We need to do, okay, I think we want to do that bit next. Okay. I have a whole talk planned about undergarments in cosplay because I've encountered a massive misconception that the only way to create a skinny waist silhouette is to wear a corset. Ooh, you know what? That's a really important topic, actually. Like undergarments, like supporting stuff, and like because it literally is like the base of your cosplay, and getting the right stuff definitely helps. I'd say I probably don't think about it as much as I should, but it's definitely important. And yeah, way to create a skinny waist silhouette is to wear a corset, because I know not everyone feels comfortable with corsets. I mean, they shouldn't be, from what I understand, as somebody that's never worn one, never constructed one, so I can't really comment, but from what I understand, is that they shouldn't actually be super uncomfortable, and you should be able to breathe in them, even like historical ones. I mean, there's probably like some Victorian extremes that you look at it like, that's not healthy. But yeah, as far as I know, corset should be comfortable, but at the same time, if you don't want to wear a corset, you should be able to have other options. So yeah, that's really fun. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can do, I mean, drag is an incredible way to get lots of, I guess, insight into reshaping, proportionizing? Like, proportionizing as of, was it Eureka? I think in season 10 or 11? Eureka proportionizing. Like, you can change so many aspects from just, like, you know, padding, or, like, even accentuating different shapes. Like, I think one of my favourite examples of this is in The Witcher, and how they make Jaskier and Geralt look like completely different shapes, despite the fact that actually their builds are incredibly similar. And new innovations are being made all the time in terms of technology that can be applied to these sorts of things. Exactly, yeah, exactly. It's like, because I've not really seen other people's Spanx, but I've heard of people using Spanx to kind of offer that little extra support, which is not, you know, a historically accurate thing to do if you're doing that kind of stuff. But in terms of like having something that is form-fitting, that will kind of, you know, hold things where you want them to be, and then you can use it as a basis to like pin stuff to it so it doesn't move, all of that kind of good stuff. Like, I wouldn't say that's super new technology, but relatively speaking, compared to a corset, pretty new stuff. Yeah, it's like loads of other things. I mean, I say that, I don't actually know when Spanx were invented. Maybe it was earlier than I anticipate. We're doing all the learning. But yes, like changing the way that your body kind of shape looks. You can do so many things. So like with Jaskier and Geralt, so like Geralt they made look like even wider in the shoulders by doing things like making the what's this called? What's this? Closure of his shirt. They like shifted it to one side, so it kind of, you have this great like kind of swath of like shoulder, which is kind of like continues, whereas they do the exact opposite for Jaskier, and kind of they split it down the middle, so you end up with like these two smaller kind of sections, and it makes him look smaller as a whole. Yeah, the moment you smooth out potential wrinkles in the skin, you change perception. Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely goggling at those face tapes and nose putties. Yeah, but I think I might know. So I've definitely seen videos of people like where they do these like extreme makeup looks, and then they kind of like take everything off on camera, and then like the person at the end of the video is completely unrecognizable. I need to look what you're talking about. So I think I saw it on like somebody did like a Twitter thread on it, and it was absolutely fascinating. I have no idea how I would find it again. Did I hear talk of Duct Tape Cosplay Workshop? Did she tell you she's a VIP guest at a comic book store event? No, she did not mention that. Did I get that right? What bit am I doing next? I'm doing this bit. That's what I'm doing. Right. So I think half of each of those, half of that, should be fine. And then we're kind of running a bit low on this one. Pardon me? That's okay. You got it right, but I'm not that important. No, absolutely important, Duct Tape. We gotta big up your VIP-ness. Oop. Just losing all my bits everywhere. Yeah, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I'm trying to remember the other bits that they kind of spoke about. It was like I say, it was a really fascinating thread. I'm trying to remember what else they did. Oh, for like Jaskier's shoulders, like almost counterintuitively, making like doing the puff shoulders actually makes it look like his shoulders are smaller. So although he may be actually filling those puff shoulders, it kind of gives the impression that because there should be like that puff gap, it makes the shoulders look smaller. It's actually incredible. I won their first cosplay competition in 2013. Oh, amazing! So I'm re-wearing the same cosplay for their 30th birthday as a cosplay guest. People can take photos with. I'm super excited about it. Ah, that sounds amazing. Also, fair play to have a cosplay that's like still wearable after 13 years. 13 years? 10 years, sorry, I read 13. Or almost 10 years. 9 years. 9 years worth. Was it on video, the comparison? I don't think so. I think they were literally just like that. I think they had a couple of pictures in the thread, kind of pointing out some of these elements. Or even just like examples of, here is a scene where they're shown together. They look wildly different, but are like actually the same height and build. Because I think it really, I don't know if anybody else got this, but when we saw the scene in, I think it was it must have been the most recent series, season 3? Are they on 3 series? Whatever the most recent series, oh, it might have been series 2 actually. But the recent series, then there was a scene where Yasuo was shown like, you know, taking a bath in a river. And so he takes off like his shirt and whatnot, and then it's like, oh wow, he's like really buff under there. Like you would not have thought it. And it's just, I feel like really testament to how well they did with the costuming to make him look really small and weedy. That's so cool. Which cosplay is it? Yeah, which cosplay? That's also like really sweet that like the shop is kind of keeps going and doing its celebration. It's really nice to see, you know, your local comic book shop. Oh, Queen Amidala, red invasion gown. Ooh, Pierce sounds like a VIP to me. It does, definitely does. Very VIP. Did you remember to turn on captions? I did. At least I. Oh, that's not the paintbrush we want. Okay, there we go. That should be nice and roasty toasty. Yeah, definitely counts as a VIP. But on the note of VIP and very loosely cosplay contest related things, I don't know if this is like official, but I mean, it was said on a stream, so I feel like we're allowed to talk about it at least a little bit. But it sounds like there is the potential for folks that won their category in TwitchCon might maybe go on to be judges, which I thought was really interesting. I thought it was really exciting. So like, it would be very, very, very exciting for the people that did win to kind of get to go back again. But on the other side this time. I like that. Yeah, I think it's really cool. Because like clearly they know something about what they're doing. to be, you know, the winners. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And that would also explain why on previous editions of San Diego Con, they have the rule that you can't compete the next year, because of course if you're going to end up being a judge or potentially being a judge, yeah, that wouldn't really be fair to the competition. And also it kind of, you know, it's quite nice because then it gives a kind of opportunity for other people to win as well, rather than just like, you know, slam dunking on everyone. It gives so much perspective to be a judge instead of a contestant, and to just talk amongst the other judges. Yeah, because wait, were you judging as well? I've never, to be fair, I've only competed like twice in an in-person contest. So like, yeah, the whole judging cosplay contest world is something that I've kind of mostly heard vicariously. So yeah, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to preemptively put, oh actually, if we put that there, because this needs to go in front of things, and if I make these, no, not that one, make these match up nicely, then I can rest the new shape on top, hopefully without too many dramas. Just about 6 competitions now, wow! Okay, so as a super experienced cosplay competition judge, what are some of the things that you kind of tend to look for? And I have thoughts on like if I was ever in a position of judging, you know, the kinds of things that I would look for. But I'm intrigued to know like what kind of things And we did get our judges' feedback as well for TwitchCon. And I was super happy with the feedback that I got. And like the kind of things that they said would be nice to improve on were all kind of the things that I would have done if I had more time. So it's kind of nice to know that I was kind of on the right page, or like at least on the right track. So yeah, I was super happy with the TwitchCon feedback. Which reminds me, actually, I need to get some feedback from another competition. From the one where we're in the finals in October. Yeah, ooh, this one's going to end up being a bit long. I think that'll be okay. My hands are sticking the wrong bit, but that's okay. Okay, let's see if we can get this other piece on. And it kind of goes in there. All curling up there, and then into there. Okay, this one's not quite as symmetrical. Oh dear, it's all falling apart. I think we'll be able to salvage it, but it's looking a little precarious at the moment. Yeah, the other thing that I'm learning about this is I really should have used the other kind of warbler, because the mesh is just getting absolutely everywhere. Very few contestants actually want criticism, which is really sad. Huh, that's really surprising. Like, I mean, I get it from the sense of like you don't want people saying, you know, nasty things about your cosplay, but it's not really saying nasty things about your cosplay. It's more, here are some things that you can do to improve, or at least that's what I feel like it should be. I feel like if you're just saying like, oh, this is shit, like that's probably not the way forward. But yeah, just, you know, saying it would be even better if, I think is like a reasonable way to do feedback, and that to be fair, that's pretty much what we got for TwitchCon. Like without kind of doing spoilers for what like other people were getting, because we could see all of the other contestants' feedback as well, which is actually really useful because it kind of shows, it gives us more of an idea in general of kind of what things they're looking for, especially in like different categories and things. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm so impressed with TwitchCon as a cosplay competition venue. Like, they did really good. My experience is more in the sewing and 3D printing field, so that's the stuff I tend to look at. Yeah, so that was kind of similar to the TwitchCon feedback. It was like, you could kind of tell that they were kind of commenting on the things that they knew about. Confidence makes a big difference on how someone presents themselves, which affects things too. Oh, that's very true, yeah. Oh no, oh no, oh no! What I've done is I've completely unstuck a bit. Oh no. Oh no, it was going so well. Let's see, we might be able to salvage it, maybe. What I might do is hold that in place, so it can't go anywhere. Just very gently. Yeah, confidence that you never want to like badmouth your cosplay, if that makes sense. So like, even if there's things that you're like, oh, this is a bit rubbish, like, you don't say that. You don't say that to the judges. Like, as far as the judges are concerned, your cosplay is incredible. Like, absolutely perfect. Like, that's what you say to the judges. I mean, maybe not quite like that, but you get my point. You don't point out the flaws with the judges. Like, yeah, you wanna big up your cosplay because you spent a long time working on it. Ooh, oh no, what I've done is I've messed up quite a bit here. Hold on. So yeah, you don't say that you've messed up to the judges. Fortunately, this is not a competition piece, so it doesn't really matter. What I've done here is made a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. We can definitely salvage it. That needs to go more up there. That's fine there. That looks like that's going to sit there, so we will encourage that. I'm going to get a tool just to nudge things into place. I'm not good at it. Oh, Oh, sorry, I've just been like completely missing chat while I've been poking around at stuff. I'd totally be the one saying that to the judges. No, none of that. Only positivity. Only point out the good stuff. I live for consistency and by association inconsistency, and I try to advise based on how I interpret the cosplayer's temperament. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because there's probably like some people that probably respond fine to being told like, oh yeah, like you really need to work on this, whereas other people that might be a bit more sensitive. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Right, is that going to stick? That looks like that's going to stick. Okay, we are taking a bit of artistic license at this point, but I think that's okay. I think we're allowed. I think we're allowed a little bit of artistic license with some of the bits. It's still going to have the overall effect that we want, but it's maybe just a little skewed. I'm not going to test. Never entered a cosplay competition before, but I'd probably not do too well. Well, you don't know. You never know. I mean, we entered TwitchCon with zero expectation of getting in, and we got in. And it was like, this is fantastic. I feel like I've already won. Oh, emotionally, you mean? Okay, that makes more sense. In context, that makes sense. Yeah, to be fair, if you're quite like sensitive to stuff, that's very fair. And sometimes you can tell if somebody is uncomfortable with a detail and tries to redirect you away from it. That's where you want to go dig, because why? Yeah, that's very fair. Like, it's understandable from the cosplayers or like the contestants' perspective of like, oh, you don't need to see this. But yes, as a judge, you'd be like, hold on a minute. David's gonna poke holes in, yeah. So that was one thing actually. So in cosplay contests, or the one cosplay contest that I've entered in person before, like they did have a look at the cosplay and they were kind of like looking up and down and kind of walked around a little bit. But the difference in TwitchCon was like they really like they asked permission first. So like, is it okay to touch and kind of stuff like that. And like they were very, very, very good on that point. But then once they had that permission, they're like, right, we're gonna have a real close look at like everything. They really kind of get in there. So there is nowhere to hide, which is kind of funny. We're just like, oh, okay, yep, you can poke the tail, that's fine. At least in the case of Vaporeon. But yeah, I mean they were very delicate in like how they did it, but they were also like they weren't shy about getting up close to the cosplay to really kind of get every detail. Right, let's have a quick gander. Where do we want to go next? So we've done that bit. We've done that. Yeah, I think I've ended up adding a lot more curves to bits than I think was originally planning, but that's okay. We've got okay, so I think that's that bit. That's made a slightly different shape than originally planned, but that's okay. That's fine. So we've got, I think we've got all the top bits. We've got that branch. We've got a branch over here that we've not done. Which I don't think we've done. Yeah, we've not. Not even close. Cool. And that's quite high up, so that makes sense. Ooh, okay. That feels like that makes sense as our next bit, and then that kind of actually goes down there. Okay, so we have our next branch. It's quite a small one. Sia! Hello! Welcome. How's it going? You performed amazing on stage and should have received bonus points for performance. Oh, bless you, Dete. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing when I went on stage. I was like, I'll just commit to the character, it'll be fine. Ooh, oh, hold on. That's what we want. Finally can catch you. Yes, yeah. How's it going? Welcome. We're doing some sculpting. We're doing earthquake cam. We're doing some work on what will be a brooch for old Thranduil. We've been patterning away at sleeves and bits and pieces. So yeah, now we're doing some accessories. We'll be going back to the main robe tomorrow and just waiting for some fabric to dry out. So yeah, that's where we're at. We've done some pretty good progress. Carmel, thank you so much for the follow. It's really, really appreciated. Thank you. Welcome. Did I mention that I've written a lot of rules for cosplay competitions? I don't know. I think you might have. I feel like you've definitely mentioned it. what is, as a competition rule writer, and also actually, to be fair, anyone in general that's interested in competition and things, there's an interesting discourse happening about, I think it's the International Cosplay League at the moment, and some of their rules. Finished work a little early. This week is very challenging and I'm battered. Oh, bless you, Sia. But so close to wrap now. Oh, bless you. Debating a bit of craft this evening. Yes, do the craft. Well, maybe do the craft if you feel up to it. Sometimes you need the break. It's very valuable to take that time. But if you do feel up to it, I always support the crafts in the evenings. But yeah, we're currently discussing, also, Sia, for context, we're discussing cosplay competition rules and kind of cosplay competitions in general. But yeah, there's this really interesting rule that's come out, I think, from the International Cosplay League, which I believe is like a big European cosplay league? It's something like that. But yes, loopholes and the exploitation thereof. Oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, loopholes where you can, like, technically it's this, but actually no. Yeah, so there's a really interesting rule that's come out from a competition where they say basically you're not supposed to have more than 50% of... Oh, it might... I don't think it's crown. Oh, is this for that? Wait, no. So this will be a brooch. I don't think the rule that I'm talking about is from Crown Championships. It might be, but I don't think it is. But no. So this competition rule that's caused a bit of a stir is so the rule basically states that you can't have 50% of a cosplay using just one technique, which was quite interesting, or in and of itself. But the thing they seem to be specifically kind of quoting was banning cosplays where it was like 50% 3D printed or something like that, or using like an embroidery machine. So yeah, I thought it was an interesting rule, and I'm not entirely sure I agree with it, if I'm honest. Like, if you're using somebody else's 3D printed, like, sculpted things, then okay, maybe because you've not gone to the effort of, like, sculpting it yourself. But they then specify in the rules that you are supposed to have, like, you have to provide proof that you've done your own 3D sculpting. And I feel like it's a bit unfair to be like, you have to have done all the work of sculpting and preparing it and, you know, finishing and all of the other things, your 3D prints, and then, but to not be, but like this one specific, like, really ruling it out. I just think it was a bit strange. So yeah, I'm intrigued to know what other people think about this particular rule. A cosplayer should have made all components of a cosplay that could reasonably have been made by a cosplayer. Don't buy a cosplay where you rip off the details and just redo them. Ooh, yes. Or you know, that I think a quite common one is like 80% rule, where it must be 80% your own work. I think is quite a common one as well. So what do we think? I think we'll probably need a couple of these strips. Interesting. Yeah, it's a kind of interesting one. But yeah, like the 80% rule. So like if for example you've not like cobbled your own shoes, I feel like that's kind of reasonable. But then if you like made your own cover for those shoes, then that's kind of makes sense. The whole fun part of it is making your own work. Yeah. Well, apparently it's been a bit of an issue recently because bought cosplays have become so like commonplace these days. People are entering cosplay competitions and then being upset that they're not winning, but it's like, but you didn't make it. So yeah, it's an interesting one. I feel like if they feel that strongly, they should have different categories for entirely handmade without any 3D printing, etc. Yeah, I don't know. And trying to replicate by adding, trying to replicate by adding your own spin on it. Spun your own yarn, woven your own thread. Yeah, it's kind of like. So are we saying we have to hand stitch everything now because using a sewing machine is automated? It just feels a little bit off, you know? It doesn't sound quite right. Like, where do you stop? Do we have to raise the sheep that make the wool to make the fabric? I mean, I don't know. Do you get extra points for that? Maybe. Is that where we're headed? Yeah, it's a little, I don't know. I just feel like I'm not sure. I don't think I'm entirely sold on it, you know? Right, let's see if we can get these last couple of bits sculpted, because we've got 2 more prongs that we need to do, and then there's a couple of like bits and pieces. Woven own fabric, yeah. So I don't know if there's many instances where that would be necessary. There is one cosplay that I have considered where I'm like, this kind of fabric does not exist in the real world. Incidentally, from the Dragon Prince. So you know Aravos's outfit? There's one piece of fabric that looks like it goes from like a solid fabric, like opaque fabric, to a very translucent fabric, and I've never seen fabric like that. Dragon Prince's designs, oh my goodness. So yeah, I've never seen a fabric that does that, so that's the only instance where I thought, you know what, if I could make my own fabric that does that, that would be amazing. But that's the only time I've ever thought I would weave my own fabric to make that happen. And even then I'm like, that's too much. I will find a way of doing it. That won't be it, but I'll find a way. I should probably redo Rayla. Yeah! Rayla's so good. We love Rayla. Oh. Yeah, 10 out of 10. It's always kind of nice to revisit cosplays as well. Be like, I feel like I can do this better now, and just make those changes. I can understand a lot of the reasoning behind banning of 3D stuff. The amount of sculpting required IRL versus 3D modelling is quite different and does not represent the same investment of materials, but it is a viable skill. Yeah, exactly. It does it still counts. It boils down to not having very competent judges. Ooh, spicy, but I think you might be onto something here. Who can assess the planning and execution of the 3D model itself, but the contestant will have to provide evidence that they were the modeler, and that's very hard to disprove. Yeah. So I think like the competition rules did specify that you have to be able to like prove that you sculpted it. I don't know how you go about doing it, but I guess you do some kind of time-lapse type thing or take a bunch of screenshots. But yeah, the embroidery though, I don't quite understand why that would disqualify a design. Yeah, so again, I think it's like if more than 50% of it is, but I think the implication that I was getting is that because a machine has done the embroidery, it's not as skilled as doing it by hand. And I don't know, I've never done like machine embroidery in the sense of like getting an embroidery machine that does it for you. But at the same time, like there's still actually quite a lot involved in doing that or going through that process, because you've got to design the embroidery. Because I think a lot of folks here have kind of seen how Jelly's done a lot of stuff with the embroidery machine. So you've got to like design it, you've got to set it up, you've got to do a bunch of stuff before you can even start embroidering. So yeah, I don't know. But even if you have a time-lapse video, how do you prove that you didn't get your younger sibling to do it? Oh, I see what you mean. Literally, you have to like get a video of you sitting at the computer working away at it. I mean at some point I want to do some streaming of 3D modeling for Gwendolyn. But yeah, to the veterans here, is there any penalty or anything for using a bought pattern instead of drafting your own? Because I would liken that to a 3D print not modelled by yourself. So again, this is another interesting piece of discourse that I've seen on Twitter recently. Apparently I've been spending way too much time on Twitter. So I've been seeing all of the cosplay discourse recently. I think the general consensus is that a lot of professional cosplayers or people that do a lot of stuff will probably use some kind of commercial pattern at the very least as like a base for their design. So yeah. And then, but like to make it fit properly and to properly match the character, you're gonna have to do a lot of adjustment yourself anyway, so it almost always ends up being not the same pattern by the time you've done. Any time on Twitter is too much time on Twitter. You could be right, Robos. You could be right. In our circuit, there is no penalty for using commercial patterns, but you're not allowed to use bought 3D models in Masters. Yeah. So here's an interesting thing from the Link cosplay that I did, which to be fair was on a local competition, so it's not like a Masters level kind of competition. But I remember at the time, when I was talking with the judges, talking through these are all the things that I've done, and they asked about the 3D printed sword, which is like the Master Sword, and I was like, oh, it's just a 3D print, and they were like, oh no, tell us more, and I was like, well, I bought the print from somebody, I don't remember who, and we set it up like to print, we did a print, but the judges were like, what? Like especially one of the judges was kind of more like, oh, but that's actually quite a lot of skill to set it up, to get it to print this well, and then like doing the finishing on it and the paint job, that's still a lot of work. So they seem to be actually really supportive of it, despite the fact that I hadn't modeled it. I was just like, I just wanted a prop, like that's all I wanted. It's like, the sword's rubbish, don't look at the sword. And they're like, oh no, that counts. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's kind of, yeah, but I feel like at Masters level, you do kind of, if you're going to do 3D printing, you do kind of want to display that as an additional skill. Right, I'm just going to go back to this page. Where do I want this bit to be? I don't know what's going on anymore. Right, we've got a bit here. I think this is where we're going to put this bit. This feels like the right place for this bit. It does look a little short, so maybe we do this bit instead. Where does this bit go? That's right at the back. Okay, that's, oh, it's sort of at the back. It's sort of not at the back. That kind of goes there. It's all very bunched up in one spot is what I'm seeing. Where does that go? That goes in front of that. Okay, I think we'll be able to work with that. We'll be able to work around that. Cool. Sorry, I realise I've just been like fiddling away. There we go. We swap that. There we go. Oh, perfect positioning. Right. I mean, it's a bit too far away for me to see now, but that's fine. You get a great view. Yeah, it's kind of, it's interesting, but yeah, I think at Masters level 3D modelling, you probably want to do it yourself to get those sweet points. So I think I have to be a little bit more careful with this one because it doesn't have the mesh support, so it's not quite as rigid to begin with. Right, I'm going to have to move this because I can't see what I'm doing. Apologies, we are going to go off screen briefly. I'm still here, sorry, just writing some emails. The joy of the end of day stuff. Yes, I've been there many a time, Thea. I very much understand the struggle. The struggle is real. Right, so I think there's a little bit of adjustment that we might have to do for a couple of the pieces, but I think that should be okay. Right, we've got it in place. We've got another strand. I'm actually really pleased with how well this is turning out. I was not expecting it to work as well as it has. A lot boils down to the skill of the judges. Yeah, they can make or break a competition for entrance, which is why it always surprises me that there's no evaluation of judges. That's a fair point, actually. I think it maybe partly depends on the competition. Because I know I've also seen, guess what, more Twitter discourse on who do you appoint as a cosplay judge, and some of the kind of frustrations that people have had with entering competitions, and then they've had judges that have seemingly been chosen because they have big followings online but don't necessarily have the same like skill set, or have predominantly used like bought costumes or bought cosplays, and that must be really frustrating, because then it's kind of, they don't really know what they're looking for, and there's more of a chance that they'll just go for something that looks impressive even if it's not necessarily well made, which could be super frustrating. Please be a judge when I enter my first comp. Yes, being being popular qualifies you how? Yeah, like if if the skit was maybe no favoritism here. No, none at all. I mean, so that's another interesting thing is like, you know, relationships with cosplay judges. Do people kind of already know them? That kind of thing. I think can be also a very valid concern for some entrants. But yes. Yeah, I mean, unless the only way that I could see being popular online as a potential thing would be maybe if they're kind of doing a performance aspect and, you know, they're the kind of person that's become popular by doing performance rather than making. In that sense, I could be like, okay, I could see that. But yes, you actually don't want somebody who knows you to be a judge. They know your weaknesses. Yeah, and also I have heard of sometimes judges overcompensating. So being like a bit more harsh to people that they do know, just so that there's no kind of overly positive bias, if that makes sense, influencing things. Well, honest ones at least. Yeah, honest ones. Right, that goes in there. That's up there. That kind of. Oh, okay. We might. There's a couple of bits where I'm like, I want to slightly reshape things. I think we're getting there though. We're pretty close. That's okay. If you know, if I know you'll be judging, I would put super duper extra effort into my weak spots. And that's, I mean, I guess in that instance, it kind of works out quite well because it's like you know what you're looking for and you know what to do to kind of mitigate it. It should be good for me. Yeah. Also, what time are we on? We're on at 6:30 already. What? How did that happen? No. I want to keep streaming. I want to keep chatting, but I know we're scheduled food. Right, okay, let's see if we can really quickly do these last couple bits. Right, let's have a quick look. Right, where's this next bit? So, here's some long boys for this bit. Okay, that's fine. We can do some long boys. And then, yeah, join them up at the bottom there. Oh, there's a couple of... Okay, it's a little short bit. I think, want to do first, which I think I'll be able to do with this little scrap piece. Please, no, it's fine. To be fair, I can't smell food, which means it's not ready yet, so I think we've got a little bit of time. Oh, to be fair, Zeta will give me a shout. Oh no, what have I done? Lost my warblers. I don't know your weak spots. Thank goodness. Quick, one of us hide them. Duct tape will never know. So I'm quickly gonna do. So there's a little loop at the bottom of it, which I think is supposed to be like connecting those two pieces. So I'm gonna do those bits. He will soon enough. Oh dear. Oh no, rolling away. Losing all the warbler. We're getting too enthusiastic because we're rushing. So I guess maybe tomorrow we do continue with a little bit of sculpting, but we'll work on the rings instead. I don't know, I really want to do this. I really want to do the sleeves. Tara will be perfect and you will never be able to tell any flaws in my skill. Exactly, yes. Don't let anybody see the weaknesses. Right, ooh, that's okay, it's a bit too long. Which is fine, but we just need to, well, actually, yeah, we do need to curve it a bit more. Yeah, how goes the Tario thus far? Or are we not allowed to say because we're keeping secrets? Ready for competitions? Right, I think that just about. Does that fit? Almost. So it really doesn't quite want to conform to the shape that I'm aiming for. think we've got it close enough. I'll just do a little smidge of a warmth. Just to see if I can persuade it into shape. To be honest, my weak spot is time management. Ooh, that's a mood. Which means all areas are affected. Oh no. I know exactly what you mean, Royboss. I am big same. I'm just thinking ahead to like this week and like, am I gonna have time to finish Vandal? I should have time. I hope. A strong hope, but yeah, it's a big mood. I'm supporting Royboss business by commissioning Tariel from her. Ah, nice! And providing good pictures afterwards for marketing purposes. Amazing. I do. So it's going to be fun to do, which we hope to shine through any imperfections. Yeah, that's very cool. Yes, we also love a support to a friend. Right. Okay. So we've got two more wiggly bits to do. I think they're both going to be quite long wiggly bits. So I think what we'll do is we will. I don't want to snip it preemptively. We could preemptively snip, I guess. We'll be starting Toriel soon, in the next week or so. Ooh, very exciting. Yes, we love a new cosplay. Always. Right. Oh, it's a crispy one. Crispy bit of warbler. Exciting, yes. Super. Oh, hold on. I need to go confiscate phones from the kids. Be right back. That's very fair. Which I'm super appreciative. But yeah, we love to have support. Exciting, yes. I am very excited. New cosplays, always exciting. Whoa, suddenly very loud Sims. Alright, I just realised it's been quite loud this whole time. I might just turn it down just a smidge. Here we are. Okay, we'll just really quickly do this one. Oh, too warm. I'm really excited actually. On the note of Tariel, so the person that's hosting this kind of bank holiday weekend extravaganza of cosplay is cosplaying as Tariel, which I'm really excited to try and get like some pictures together, do all that cool cosplay stuff. Yeah, should be a really good time. Should be a really good time. But yeah, I've seen some of the progress pictures from her Tariel, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Right. So I think this is one where I want to have. Well, let's quickly check again. Oh, it kind of is a bit of an over and under thing happening, which we've not really done. But that's fine. Okay. If it's who I think it is, yes, they are amazing. I'm pretty sure it is the person you're thinking of, Raven. I also want to see the tarot. Yeah, wait, who's this? It is... Oh, sorry, I just realised I've just completely missed a bunch of chat. Hello. So many clients don't want to share photos in their costumes, which I totally respect, but I also feel so sad that I don't get to see my creations in action. That is very understandable. It is... Hold on. I want to see the tarot. Hold on. Let me double check. What is their Instagram? I'm so glad that I finally got a page for sharing things. Ooh, the laptop's getting very toasty. Oh, it's toasty. It's a crispy boy. Oh, we have a DM. Who's start DMing us? No, that's not what I don't get distracted. Kill my brain. Let's do it. We can do it. I believe. Oh, hold on. There we go. I don't know how much she's actually... she's posted like loads of stuff. There we go. Sweet. I don't actually got any progress of her Tariel. I don't think so. So the Tariel in question is... This hopefully will work. Is this showing the right thing? Let's find out. It is! March Mortisith. There we go. So yeah. Not posted any pictures of Tariel just yet. But yeah, that is a good cosplay friend who is making a Tariel. So I'm sure there will be plenty of pictures in the near future. Right, okay, these are definitely too long, so I'm going to just do a little snip. What do we snip with? Whoop, there we go. Right, that should be a little bit... Oh, I don't know where that's gone. We've got a tiny bit of warbler that's just been flung into the abyss. Although I've realised what's happened here. Oh, really? I've taken out the same amount on both, so it should be fine. Do a little warm, do a little warm, a little warm, a little more warm. Ooh, a little too much warm. What do we do? Thanks for following since there. The content looks amazing. Yeah. So yeah, she's doing cosplay for like ages. Probably doesn't like post super frequently to Instagram and stuff, but like makes some incredible things. Right, I'm gonna grab my paintbrush again, just to prop that, so we've got a little bit of extra texture, you know. That should sit nicely. And yeah, somehow in between all of this, we're gonna plonk a little gem of some description. I think, given our rate of progress, we might end up outsourcing buying a gem. That's okay. We're not entering this into a competition. We don't have to resin cast it from scratch, you know? Right, and on that side, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that whatever I'm doing looks reasonably symmetrical and still has a nice bit of form to it. Okay, let's do it like that. That preserves up there. Ooh, we might need a smidge more warmth, I think. Yeah, that's looking... Okay, that works, yeah. Quite like that. Yeah, we're using a little bit of poetic license. Gonna make it to Marge's one day. It always seems to be a bust when they happen. Oh no! Yeah, fingers crossed, Raven. Fingers crossed. I'm struggling to get the image of Marge Simpson as a Maud 5th out of my mind. Oh my gosh. That is a strong mental image. Incredible. I think I've got a bit of thread in my drink. What's going on there? Right, in other news, I think we're almost done. I just need to very gently heat up a little bit, so I can get that to sit as intended. But I think otherwise, we're actually pretty much there with this sculpt. Like with the only real exception being getting the gem in itself. Which, until I have a gem to put in it, I'm not too mad about. I did do a base shape, but I don't think I actually... Well, I will need it, but not so much yet. But yeah, I think tomorrow we will either... I think tomorrow we'll focus on the robe, because the robe is a bit that we really, really need. If worst comes to worst, I can like go to a charity shop and buy some random bling, and that will be the jewelry that this Elven King has. Whatever miscellany that I can find. So yeah, I think we will focus on the robe, because that is most important. Let's just make sure that this is in fact actually symmetrical. That goes up, that goes... I think what I need to do is just make sure that dries kind of in place there. Or sets, I guess, more accurately. That sets in place. It's got a nice little bit of dimensionality to it. There is a little bit more sculpting that we do need to do, but looking at the time, I am out of time today. So yeah, I would probably do maybe a little bit more sculpting this on tomorrow, and then maybe we will manage to get some sleeves in on the robe, which will be super exciting because we've been spending a lot of time on them. So yeah, it'd be nice to actually see that finally come to fruition. But for now, we should probably go find somebody to raid. So, wait, what Marge's things? Or are you on about this? I'd like to think it's stunning. I'm not sure it is, but I'll take it. Firstly, thank you, Robust. It's kind of, it looks like a thing. It looks suitably elvish and wibbly and organic, but not. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that actually. There is a little bit more sculpting, but I think I might wait until I've got a gem of some description that I can then like squish into place. And I know exactly how big things need to be to accommodate it. So yeah, I think that's where we'll finish up for today. Brooch is stunning, not much seems. Oh, bless you. Right, let's go for a raid. Right, who's online? Who can we go and say hello to? Back. Hello, Dirt Tape. Oh, bless you, Dirt Tape. You've arrived just in time for a cheeky raid. How are we doing? Right. Let's open this up and have a gander. Who can we go and say hello to? We've got... Oh, there's a few people about. Who can we... Cos Paint. Ooh. What is this? I feel like I've not been here in a while. Who we got? How long have they been going? They've been going for 2-ish hours. We could... This looks super interesting. So I think we're gonna go say hi to Beauty and the Beasts. I hope they accept raids. Let's find out. I don't think. Yeah, we're gonna say hi over there. So it's very exciting. And we have mentioned Game of Thrones earlier today. So yeah, Marge Simpson is a Maud Sith. The cosplay potential. So for context, don't somebody the person that is hosting our little cosplay get together is known online as Marge Maud Sith, and thus Marge Simpson as a Maud Sith has arisen. Oh dear, I'm gonna message her later to be like, this is what happened on stream today. The cosplay potential indeed. Right, speaking of cosplay potential, let's go and say hello to Beauty and the Beasts, who is doing some wait, I want to see. Wait, hold on. Can I think I've still got it open. We can very briefly switch back to that. Hold on, bear with. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, apparently all the layers have gone all out of sync, but there we go. That's Marge Maud Sith. She's not done that cosplay, but maybe she should. Robust, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Right, let's get this raid on the road. When are we back? We're going to be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, 10-ish, probably 11 a.m. Let's be honest. How's the evening? Thank you so much. You too. Have a great evening, everybody, or morning, whatever day time cycle that you are on. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the follows. My gosh, we are racing through. We might get to that base stream sooner than we thought. And thank you, Jellyfit, the raid. If you're still here, if you're looking, that's very fair. But yes, thanks everybody. And for now, have a lovely rest of your day. And let's go. Goodbye.